All right, mic check, mic check. The little brown fox jumped over Dr. Murray's head.
Jump, 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 little fox.
Jump.
All right, hello and welcome to the Yacht Club, the weekly show where we talk about all things Star Citizen, and we do it in style and trying not to spill our drinks at the same time. We have the regular show hosts this week. We don't have any special guests this week. The plan originally was to have morphologists on today, but we had morphologists on Saturday. We had a special show. We ended up doing it live. It was really, really great. If you haven't had a chance to check out that show, I suggest you go watch the VOD. It's on Twitch and it's also up on YouTube. So have a look at that one. It's a really good one, about 3.5 hours, our regular length.
Regular length. Not our excited length. Just our regular length.
It's 12 parsecs. That's how long our length is.
Okay. Pretty sure that's our regular length.
The burn, it hurts. All right, so this is the show where we talk about the latest news, the hottest topics, what's going on in the community, what's happening at the Bar Citizens, what's coming up, what's happening tomorrow as well is very exciting, or at least there's a lot of speculation on what's happening tomorrow. If you haven't seen what was released today, we'll be talking about it, what's coming tomorrow. All right, so sit back and enjoy the show. We're generally 2 hours or so. If you have questions, if you can please go to the website, which is yachtclubsc.com, to submit questions for us, or you can submit them in chat. Just make sure you preface your question with brackets. We'll make sure that we get those into the Q&A section. Our glorious moderator, T. Neister, will sort you out. And then also what we're going to do is before we get in the show, we're going to go around the panel and we're going to talk about what we've been doing for the last week and what we're drinking tonight, and then kind of get down to it. So I was going to start with Shadowkin, but that's not going to work. Joran, how are things going for you, good sir?
Good timing there. Things are going pretty well. So we're in our second week of starting up the new company from the ashes of the old company, and things have been crazy hectic. I was even off of Discord for I think almost 6 hours today. I'm still twitching from that.
Holy shit!
No pun intended.
Gotta be a record.
There was a lot of meetings today, but good stuff. Lots of good stuff, and more big news. I have been working on starting my own Twitch stream starting tomorrow.
Ooh.
So I think I have all of my things set up, and we'll see how badly I noob fail.
And you know what? I think that's a great topic for questions. So if you have questions for Jorna, what a Twitch stream is going to be like, please go ahead. Put those into the question section. All right. Thanks for the resub that's coming in there. And Vengeance Man, thanks for getting us going with $6.66. A very ominous amount coming in to support the channel. Thank you very much. Firemaster, good to see the resub, buddy.
Are you superstitious then?
No, but I like to turn it around, and then it's 999, which is like super positive and really awesome.
Just tip a penny.
999 is like how much
667.
something costs.
It could be.
My old address was 667.
It's a good number. It's like
I know.
13. You can't have that as an apartment or a street number.
It was actually, it should have been 666, but they made it 667.
Yeah. Well,
Were you on the right side of the street?
Yeah.
I actually live on 999 something street, and then I used to live
It's literally
on the
where it
same
is,
last
something street.
name. Yeah, right. I used to live on the same last name as the street's name was my last name, not Citizen.
Myth?
In case you're wondering.
Joe?
Douchebag? Really?
You think I'm going to respond to the question if you get it right?
Yes.
That's the best way to deflect that my last name
what
really
can I
is
give
douchebag.
away if somebody gets it right?
All right, so we've got a
Wait, I know your name. Never mind.
You're figuring that out.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a really interesting show for you today. It's kind of neat to have just the four hosts on, which is something we haven't had for a little while. Lord Styles, thanks for tipping, man.
420.
An awesome amount. I'd like to say that's like Squadron 42 as opposed to the other thing, but like other people
No, that was
appreciate
definitely
that,
a
right?
420 blaze it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very nicely done, Lord Styles. All right. So the first thing. So you know what? Let's jump right into it. Actually, hold on. We've just done Joran. Joran, what are you drinking? You haven't even finished.
Oh yes,
Pumpkin.
I am so discombobulated. Took a very, very, very short nap right before the show. Literally got up as you guys were starting. It's like, holy crap, where the hell am I? I hate that that feeling. But yeah, so I am having a whole garden wheat beer with a little bit of pumpkin spice added because I'm out of pumpkin spice, and it was not enough. So I need more pumpkin spice.
You're ruining a good beer.
You're ruining
Never
it.
enough. There's nice pumpkin spice aroma, so it's like I'm getting a little tiny fix, but I need more.
Remember, beer is supposed to taste like beer, not pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spicy beer.
I'm
No.
just wondering if you could taste anything other than pumpkin spice. Maybe just everything tastes that way now.
It's the only flavor that he knows.
Like I don't like anything but pumpkin spice.
Oh, gin and
Oh,
tonic.
thanks, gin and tonic.
Wow, man. You know what that means? Tipping over $25. Amazing, buddy. So,
Somebody's destroying something.
Didn't we have an overflow from Saturday?
oh,
for
that's
a name
right.
change from
We
somebody?
did have some name
like
changes.
Carson?
If you remember who you are,
I
contact
think it
T.
It
Nightster.
was either
He has it
Carson
written
or
down.
Vengeance.
And pick your name change. But gin and tonic, you can do a name change. Now, let's talk very quickly about what a name change is all about. So if you tip $25 or more, you get to
That's
change
Jasmine.
the name of one of the hosts for at least half of the show. And generally, it stays the whole show unless people get really excited and start throwing out $25 like they're cotton candy or smaller pieces
or
of candy.
several $100.
Right. But hey, guys, so we have a really special show next week for you. So if you're planning on doing a bunch of tipping, save it for next show because it's going to be awesome. Tipping now will make this show lots of fun, but tipping and donating next show is going to be
Yes, next show is going to
Awesome.
be epic.
really awesome. So save your dollars if you're planning to do some big ones. Okay. Why don't I go ahead with how my week was? My week was pretty good. Been
Hey,
busy.
Tim, how's your week going, buddy? And what are you drinking?
Thanks for asking, Shadow.
Well done. Well done. You stole my line because I forgot my lines.
He goes to sleep for 5 minutes, just loses it all. So how are you doing there, Stimosaurus Rex?
Great. You know, I've been a little bit sensitive, so I'm taking things really personally these days. But, you know, actually, my week's been
Pre-show
really
was
great.
a little rough on Tim, guys. So.
More potpourri.
The morphologist show is amazing. That's the first thing. Secondly,
That
I've
was-
had family in from out of town. They've been staying with me. So while they are awesome people, it's wonderful to have an empty house again. Got rid of them this morning. I've been watching a show with them called Bad Boys that is on Amazon Prime. That's pretty interesting. It's kind of like a mockery of superheroes, but it's really well done. Yeah, you know, I could talk a lot more. I had one more thing. I had steak. I made steaks last night. Really, really beautiful steaks.
What did you
And,
just call that show?
Beautiful.
Bad Boys, I think it is.
No, it's just The Boys.
The Boys. Okay, The Boys.
Yeah.
Maybe they say it differently in Canada.
No, I don't
There's no-
think
there's-
Netflix renames shows.
There's no girls on the show. It's just boys.
There are girls on the
Oh.
show. Yeah. Anyway, I don't talk about it because
I
it'll be
guess
spoilers.
I missed it.
Great show, really good show, awesome show.
No,
Not sci-fi related in any way, shape, or form. Okay, and then tonight I'm drinking Suica, which is a Romanian moonshine. It is awesome. It is a plum brandy. It will knock you on your ass if you have too much of it. And it's in honor of my wife that's coming home on the 19th of December, which I'm really excited for.
Nice. Congrats,
So
man.
that's happening.
Why would she ever come home? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, she's,
Back to
she's one of the
subject.
few people that can easily.
She's a glutton for punishment. Okay, Shadowkin, on to you, sir. How's your week been?
busy, but in honor of version 1 of our software being produced today, I am drinking out of the 308 glass. It's called Lucky Shot. So we're hoping tomorrow,
Nice.
or we're installing it tomorrow and live.
Good luck
Gonna
and
go well.
congrats on that.
So that's
Woo!
The first shipping, eh?
a big deal. Yep, and we had our
That is
first
a big
official
deal.
customer who's getting delivery tomorrow as well. So that'll be cool. Yeah, so it's a big deal. As usual, I'm actually starting with full bottles of Macallan because I find that I go through the whole thing, and the next morning when I wake up, I want to know how much I drank? so there's where we're at. Anyway, so about you, Doc?
Plan.
What are you drinking and how was your week?
I'm still confused that you want to know how much you drank. That's
No. It's more of a casualty report.
Oh, okay. No, you're just trying to keep stock, so you don't.
Right, exactly. So I know exactly how much X off the list and how many more to order.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. My week's been fine. I've got a headache still. That's fun.
Still, that's like 4 weeks now.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks.
Did you
but
get
yeah.
married recently or something?
No,
Not that I remember.
I don't think so.
Different brand of medicine there.
No, it's just I don't know, swelling. So I've been dealing with that and loud children.
What-
And
That could do it.
I'm drinking glacier water. Ooh.
Branded.
water.
Branded water.
No, it's from a glacier. Or a glacier, if you need me to say it that way.
That's how the Canadians say it. Glacier.
I know.
Right.
They were-
I know.
That's not how we say it. Glacier
That's how
and
the English
glacier.
say it.
It's
Yeah.
a classic
So-
glacier.
What is Lobot? What is it? Does anybody know?
Oh yeah.
In chat, what's Lobot? My name has been changed to Lobot.
Are
Gin-
Thank you very much, Gin and
Gin-
Tonic.
Gin and Tonic
Wait.
might be able to explain the story
Are you
behind the
on-
name.
You're on your knees a lot.
In your
Oh.
geek card, you've
Robot.
lost your geek cred there, apparently. Although I don't think any of us actually know what that's from. So yeah,
So I like TV Liquid says how Canadians say glacier. It's like glacier, man, glacier.
Oh geez.
Spelled
Yes,
with the
I know
EH
who
in the middle,
Lobot is.
glacier.
Doc
guy on the
knows
best
who
of
Lobot
him.
is. So who,
Yeah, I was laughing because it's very funny.
Oh, Lando's henchman with robot brain.
Yeah,
Nice.
no hair. Either.
Did not
What
know
is
he
it?
knew he had a name.
Yeah,
Who is it?
Lobot.
Lobot.
Hmm.
So for
Gotcha.
the rest of the show, just so that people know, I now have to be referred to as Lobot and not Stim Citizen. So if
When
you-
we remember.
if you- yeah, when we
we
remember, we do our best.
I'm going to talk to you, so I got to push buttons on my wrist monitor here.
There you go. That's your Moby Glass. And we
and
brought it back to Star
Well,
Citizen.
Moby Glass 2019.
All right, Dr. Murray, how was your week, sir?
We already did this.
He said I had a headache. Now
That's
move
why
on.
it's funny. Okay, moving on. So, so what we normally do is we continue where we left off from the last show. The last show, speaking of,
remember.
is Wednesday of last week, not the Morphologist one that was on Saturday. And what we didn't have a chance to go over was the Anvil Pisces that came out earlier on the Wednesday. So we just want to run through really quickly and kind of, give the answers. There's not a lot of Q&As
Do
on it.
we want to recap the high points of the past two shows for anybody who missed that? Something really cool happened last week for those who weren't here.
You want to go ahead and say it, Jordan?
We gave away an 890 jump, completely unplanned.
Woo! And a
and,
cleric.
and a lot more than that.
Yeah, we
Well,
gave away
that was the start.
$1,500 in chips. Now, the whole
$1,500 in chips.
community helped us give away
What?
$1,500 in
Yes.
chips. It was not
Yes.
just us. It was amazing.
And-
Everybody put
and
in
it-
an incredible
again,
amount.
It was amazing.
All the money comes in, goes right back out. That's how much we collected in that show, which was
890
don't-
jump, Carrick,
crazy.
two Pisces. Was it?
Yes,
And a star runner?
and a Star Runner,
And a star runner, yeah.
and a Star Runner.
And 4
Yep. Somebody's
Yacht
math
Club
was
Challenge
bad.
coins. And
Oh
2
yeah,
goodie
and a partridge
packs.
and a pear tree,
And a partridge.
That was
and a goodie bag and a tree.
It was a pretty awesome
Yes,
show.
all LTI too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, kill the chat so we can see the questions.
All right, let's do that. Good idea. Okay,
Don't forget to bring it back.
who wants to start with the first question?
Are we gonna go through all these?
Yeah, let's go through it quick. We'll speed round them.
Woo! I'm just waiting for chat to disappear.
Yeah, we might wait a
Can't
little bit. Takes
read.
time.
Okay, does the Pisces have special scanners or just a generic one like any non-exploration ship? The Pisces comes equipped with a regular radar and a scanner and can be upgraded and changed, which is yeah, wasn't too happy about that. But it is kind of a snub ship. Originally,
Yeah, well,
Pisces was designed to operate within the range of the Carrack, so it didn't need the exploration specific device. So
I
There
thought
you
that was
go.
interesting because a lot of people were asking about the mining scanner, and they did confirm that there is another ship that has a mining scanner, or there is a mining scanner available. You can actually
Yeah.
use that if you wanted to. I'm not sure which one it is,
It's the one that's in the prospect. I don't remember.
but
its
is
name.
it available for sale in one of the stores?
Yeah,
people
I think
have a-
it's in the R&Rs.
So that needs to be identified
Yeah. Yeah.
for
we need
folks.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Somebody
Does
knows.
everybody have a Pisces now? I think everybody now should have.
Oh
a Pisces.
yeah, that's true. You
2,
can't
3, or 10.
swap
Pretty much
your-
everybody in the yacht club should have a Pisces. And if you don't, you might be able to win one on the show.
or at least 7.
Yes.
Some of us buy them in batches of 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe. Uh,
next question. Will the
Scanners-
Pisces be...
scanners can't be changed yet, so
Oh, we cannot change scanners yet.
yeah. I just
That was the question. I didn't think so. I don't remember seeing any scanners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a
I thought
Thanks for the follow,
component
guys.
yet.
So it's been quite a few follows that come in. Welcome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I mean, you're saying that he thinks that the Terrapin has one. I don't believe so. I think it is only the prospector that can actually scan for minerals because we're trying to use the Terrapin, and they were. I don't think they were able to find. Maybe it was
not yet.
hand
I
mineable
think-
minerals.
I think they can't find the hand mineable minerals in the
That-
Terrapin, but you can find the ship mineable ones.
Well, that's worthless.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's what-
it's a Terrapin.
You can find the minerals that you can't actually mine with the Terrapin.
Now you can see why it takes us 4.5 hours to get through a show. That was the first question.
I think that also
Wait,
answered
what-
the second question,
what-
didn't it?
Why don't we summarize some of these?
Yeah, that answered the second one as
Second
far as I'm
question.
concerned. Go for it, Doc.
Yeah.
Was there any
Will the
that
Pisces-
really stood out? Go ahead.
Will the Pisces be able to detect mineable rocks or other things an exploration shuttle should be able to detect? We just talked about this. No,
Exactly.
not yet.
Okay, what level exploration capacity does the CX8 have, or C8X have? Should we expect it to be on par with finding things like the Origin 315P, or is it mostly very short-range use? Is the exploration capacity the same between the two variants? So basically it says that 315P is going to be better, longer range. Pisces will lack onboard facilities like bed and toilet, blah, blah, blah.
The C8 Pisces and the
Yeah.
C8X are identical.
Yeah, and
Minus
and
the size 2 gun or size 1 guns.
yeah, and the Pisces is
Two.
really
Yeah,
supposed to
they're
be
very
part
small
of
gun,
the
yeah.
Carrack. It's like it is that snub craft, even though it has QT and it has jump capability. It's really supposed to be an addition to the Carrack and not really operate too independently from the Carrack.
Yeah, because it doesn't have a bed, so that really limits its
It's like a
long
dinghy.
distance range.
Yeah.
It's literally like a dinghy
An armed dinghy.
because it couldn't harm a rock. It couldn't scan a rock. It couldn't. There's a lot.
You know what
there,
you know what you call an armed dinghy?
I don't
What?
want to know.
I'm afraid.
Corvette.
Oh God.
I'm afraid.
Next.
When Whitley's guide talks about the Pisces having convertible cabin space, what do you mean? Will the Pisces have more variants or customization options for the interior?
You push the
Such
button
as
and the top
medical
goes down.
facilities, beds, more cargo? And the answer is Shadow.
Yep. The answer is shadow.
Yes. You put the top down. You can do whatever you want. Put a bunch of fine ladies in there. It's convertible. Yes. I'll read it then. Convertible cabin space reference was a place order text from a previous interior version of the ship where those jump seats impinged.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
impinged. Okay. On cargo space.
That's
This
when
is no
someone's
longer
a
been
real
removed from the
texter,
website.
you know.
So no, it's staying the way it is.
Okay, both of the Pisces models, will they be able to equip a bed to sacrifice cargo grid? No. The answer is no.
No, motherfucker. That's what she did.
I do wonder if they'll let us equip more jump seats. So that would really be a nice feature, and it seems like it'd be fairly easy to build.
It's already going to be like a mini drop ship, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, but there's no extra seats, so anybody in the back would have to be standing up, and if doing hard maneuvering, it might be kind of tough on them.
Just lay down.
Yeah.
Give him sticky glue.
Sit down on the floor.
Well, see, there was a cot sold for a little while, and I have one of those cots, so I hope I can just lay it down in the cargo bay.
Ooh,
that way.
yeah. Glue it to the floor.
Well,
Nail it to the floor.
there's still gravity.
yeah, sure.
Next
All right.
question.
Next.
Will
So they
the
ask-
C8X Pisces expedition come stock with a jump drive, and can the normal C8 Pisces equivalent? The answer is neither of them come with a jump drive, but you can equip the jump drive on both.
Any sacrifice? Did they say?
No, it's just a jump drive.
Oh, okay. Just slap it
Which
on
is-
the back. Little duct tape.
Which is, it has a quantum drive, so it can have a jump drive.
So the next question asks about like an autopilot to take it back to the Carrack automatically, or take it down, kind of like Tesla's Summon, or just take it back to the Carrack. And apparently they've been asked that question a lot. They don't plan to implement it soon, but they've been considering it for further down the line. I mean, that reminds me kind of like the Starfarer spline stuff that they do for AI and landing at landing zones, then taking off. I mean, if it's not just a video, basically an AI behavior that's played, but it's more something that you can click and it's able to think about how it gets there. I mean, think about that. When an AI has a job and it needs to go somewhere and needs to land to do it, depending upon how the planets are rotated, or if it's on the dark side, the light side of the moon, the travel for that ship is going to be totally unique each time it goes there. So it's not like it's just something that's automatically played. So they should be able to do that kind of thing further down the line. It should be pretty easy. Easy, I say. That means it's just make it happen.
Everything should be easy.
I say that to
right?
I say that to Corian all the time. No, that's not that hard.
Should be
This is
easy.
why I almost get murdered every day,
Just,
not you.
just write a little bit of code there. just slap it in the game.
Hey, 100 viewers, very nice.
Right
Woo!
on.
I was just messing with everyone.
Now
All
we
right,
can
next
start the show. Okay, here we go.
That's
Get
right.
serious.
Start the show. Now we can
Next
start.
question.
All right. Will the Pisces get headlights? And yes.
Hey, Mr. Fu, very nice. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Ali Fu.
Mr. Ali Fu.
Thanks for resubbing.
Winner
man.
from last week,
Thanks for the
actually.
sub.
Yeah.
Holy
Did he
what?
win the 890?
No.
He
He won the
Carrack one?
Carrack.
Yeah.
Mr. Ali
Carrack,
Fu, what
yes.
did you win?
Hawkeye
Carrack,
won
Carrack.
the 890, and
That's
Mr.
right.
Alifu won the Carrack.
890, Carrack, Star Runner.
I don't remember who
2
won the Star
Pisces,
Runner on the list somewhere.
2 gift bags, and 4
coins.
challenge coins.
Shausen won
All
the
in
Star
one
Runner.
show. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Shausen.
Will there be a gun rack to fit the firearms larger than a pistol? And so there's no current plans for that.
I didn't realize that there was a pistol rack.
This is kind of a worthless ship.
I don't think there's a.
It's not a
There's-
worthless
there's
ship. It's a
not a
worthless. It's a
pistol
worthless
rack.
Q&A. I think it's a.
Same.
There's a
It's a
pretty
worthless
bad Q&A.
Q&A. The
There's no
questions are
pistol
terrible.
There's no pistol
Your-
rack.
Your hip is your pistol rack.
Yeah.
Will it be possible to refuel the Pisces hydrogen and QT fuel tanks from the Carrack when it's in the hangar? So they say yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I would hope so.
This was a very, very important question, though, because this gave us a data point about hangars. And the most important thing was landed correctly within the hangar. So the whole thing about will it fit, if it fits,
How many
it's-
can you fit is the right
can-
term.
all these people that says like, oh, I can get 20 arrows into my Idris. I can load a Retaliator and a couple of Vanguards and all this other stuff onto my Kraken. This was the key item right here, that their intent is wherever their actual landing spots are, you have to land correctly if you're going to refuel and rearm. So you might be able to land other things, carry other things.
747. Here we go with the ships again. Thanks
Thanks for
Carson.
voting. Well, it's someone that donated on his behalf. Thank you, Carson Carolina. That's awesome, man. Thanks for putting in.
Carson's not even here. He said he was sleeping.
Yeah, he had to sleep, so
He was freezing his ass off on a plane earlier today. So
we
anyway,
can take,
go on.
Oh,
we
I'm
can
sorry.
take guesses as to who it is.
Runway.
Next question.
That's really interesting, Jordan. So I'm not sure that necessarily means that you have to land in a specific way, or it means that you'll only be able to have, one 300 land in the jump in order to refuel it. I mean, it could just be that correctly means that it doesn't.
You're reaching.
You're reaching.
In
I think you're
no,
reaching.
I'm reading what they've written with the proviso that many things that CIG has said are out of
Wrong?
context.
Are
And
we theory
yes,
crafting?
and we are. So, but we're taking a data point, and
I think we're
we'll-
taking
we'll-
too much
we'll see-
assumption
see
off
how
of
that
one data
we'll see how
point.
that plays out.
Yeah, just don't
But
make any
it
assumptions
does-
onto how that text
does-
is interpreted,
Next.
folks.
It does make sense though, as a
Yeah.
legitimate limitation for the carrier ships that they're designing.
I think
Kinda
the gloves are
assume
coming
that's how
off
it's
tonight,
worked
folks.
first.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
boxing show.
Steve's a little sensitive
ready,
already.
Jordan.
He's gonna jump on somebody tonight. Wait.
All right. Will the Pisces get
Land
life
upside
support
down may not
components?
count.
Will the Pisces
Wait,
get a
what was
life
it?
support component, and can it build up atmosphere inside? Yes.
Well, yeah.
I can't judge it as a stupid question, can I? That's not right.
No, you're not allowed to. You can think it
No.
though.
I can think it. Okay. I'm just not allowed to say it in my outside voice.
Yeah, exactly.
You can mouth
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I mean, you can. If you want to be a dick.
Go on.
Will the Pisces be well armored to safely carry my carrot crew to places and wormholes? So
Places
basically,
and wormholes. That's a bit of a departure there.
at least they quoted the question right and not paraphrasing it. Well, it's not the most armored of ships. It's not going to be the best for hostile environments. So and that's good. I like that. That gives more value to like the 300 series or the DUR or the Terrapin especially, which will be a lot more armored for interesting environments like that.
It says that it is designed for exploration in hostile environments.
More resistant than other ships of its size.
Yeah.
Of its size.
Yeah. So it's not a chonker, but it can go into some dangerous space.
It resists above its weight class.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, you're
Well
calling
said.
it that now.
Well said.
No, he said above its weight class.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Third to last question. Will there be an in-game upgrade path from the Carrack's C8 Pisces to add the 2 additional weapon hardpoints?
No.
No. But they don't actually say no.
Well, it says that all vehicles can be earned standalone in game. So and
Yeah,
they
it's like-
said in the Q&A, I believe no,
Okay.
not the
This is
Q&A,
the
the with the live show.
Yeah. Will the Pisces float on water?
This is.
Why is that
It's not planned
always
to.
a question?
It's a $10 word, envisaged. It's not envisaged that it'll be
Yeah.
able to float in water. So it's heavy. Okay,
Yeah.
can the Pisces
Wait.
deploy from the Carrack while inside a jump tunnel to explore alternative paths? Yeah, this
Not
is a really good
recommend-
question.
This is not recommended. I love that. You can
You
try.
But you might end up someplace else.
It will not end well for all involved. So this is interesting because we were theory crafting a little bit on the captain's table about something was said a number of years ago, and they were talking about if you happen to get bumped out of a jump tunnel, or you couldn't make the turn, and all of a sudden you came out of a jump point. Are you just stranded forever? Are you in the middle of space, so far away from anything you can't get back, or will there be
That's-
some form of gameplay that
That's the question they
could
haven't
give you,
answered.
right?
Yeah,
So,
they
like
haven't.
answered answer, which I'm very, very
the next big
interested in.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing they've said is you get kicked out somewhere random, and your ship can
In-
take damage.
In between
Yeah.
star system.
Yeah.
So
Actually, what they said was if your ship survives, you'll be kicked out somewhere random.
See, I like
oh,
that.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Paul Shelley, the
Which is-
Astropub, was saying that it may kick you out someplace in the same in your destination star system. That could be how it works out, which
So he's-
I think is a
so he's-
reasonable guess.
So we're taking
It's
theory
it-
crafting from
entirely
another
theory crafting.
Okay.
I don't think so.
It's good.
Because it seems like they are actually wanting to have these as real travel between star systems is one of the things that they were saying. It's like they're not actually loading and having loading screens. They're actually traveling in the star map across however many hundreds of parsecs.
And if they've already got
and if
the
you come
planets
out
moving around,
somewhere in between, you're kind of in trouble there.
Sure, but
Yeah.
they said that there would be branches in the jump tunnels, and there may even
That
be
was an
dead
interesting
ends.
thing.
There
Yeah.
may even be dead ends. So if you go down a branch and it's a dead end,
I see, I
what
didn't hear
happens
that.
to you?
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
I've never
No,
heard that.
this
I don't know why
this
I
is
think so.
historical stuff that's been said. This wasn't
Mm.
mentioned.
But
Yeah.
but
I've
they
never
well,
heard
they,
of dead
they,
ends before.
Yeah,
they
well,
did
no,
actually
it might
talk,
not be
they did
might
actually
not be the
talk
case anymore.
about branching though. They did talk about other branches leading off.
Well, branch. The only
Yeah.
thing they said about that was it could be a shorter or easier path. That's the only thing they said.
I don't think they actually said specifically.
No, they
what-
did. I remember
what-
hearing that. I
on
actually
the-
watched it twice because they said it again in the Inside Star Citizen.
Inside
They said,
Star Citizen last
here's
week,
another.
okay.
It's a quicker path because you saw it. It was the second one that they auto generated. It had that quick, like almost
little-
straight path, but it was
little
smaller.
shortcut.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just easier to fly.
Just for your smaller ships going through the larger wormholes. Jump points, sorry.
I like
That could
what
be
I like what Selick says. Selick says that you turn.
It doesn't say no.
You turn straight into pudding.
See, that's the way I think it should be, man. You fall out of a wormhole, I feel like that should be bad news. But
Okay, we got through that one. That's awesome. Good. Okay. Next,
42 minutes in.
Next, what happens? Okay, so that was Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday. Okay, we got the panel Shoot 'em Up finally came out. Did you guys want to comment on that one?
further
It
than
was
we
awesome.
did before. It looks amazing. I think this is going to be a really huge game changer, as it were,
Why is that?
because it's going to allow the shooty pew pew to have
77. We love airplanes on this show.
Yeah.
Not just ships, but
airplanes, spaceships, fast
Why not-
cars.
Why
and
not a
cats.
Bombardier? Why
Thanks
didn't
for
you
the
donate one of
donation,
those?
Stratoccruiser.
Like a 5,000 or a 6,000?
No, because
Nobody
I
would
just
have
I
recognized
said
it.
any plane's good
787.
as long as it's not a 737 Max because the show will crash. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I said. That's the only rule.
So, for those of you
So the
that
next
don't know
one's
what's
gonna-
going on, Stratocruiser is a pilot, and we had a thing going on our last Wednesday show where a lot of donations were coming in that were the sums of different ship airline models, which is awesome.
That was
awesome.
Anyway, we're rolling.
787. Okay.
But and this is something that's going to really attract those people that are looking for hardcore combat as it develops and grows and gets polished. That people that just want to pop in for some combat,
Yeah.
more elaborate than Star Marine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives us something to shoot each other and respawn, which is nice.
But
And
one of the main things is
gives
the
us ships.
testing it's going to allow. So it's going to be able to allow the balance because you're going to have a lot more opportunities for a rover to go up against a Nox than you would in the real world, in the real PU. So you'll get the opportunity to really figure out whether or not a Nox is overpowered and a rover has to shoot too much to take it out. So that was one of the big things that Sean Tracy was saying in this talk.
Right, and it's an intense test too. It's not a skirmish kind of like combat because if you have 20 people go against each other, or even 25 versus 25 like we've seen currently in the PU, it's not the longest of battle because when you die you go somewhere else. Here you jump right back in. It's constant, just server destruction, which is great. So yeah, and you could tell because when we played the first version as volunteers, it was you could see where there was issues throughout it, but then I guess by the end of the show, things have cleaned up really good because they were able to get that many people going on it with that much feedback and actually doing active changes to it. So it was really cool to watch because I was kind of camping around that area most of the time, peeking in, but it was pretty neat. But yeah, this battle mode is awesome.
So are you saying spawn camping is confirmed?
In this game it is, but it's really hard because like in both modes the second point that you move to is miles away, well clicks
Yeah.
away,
Well, that's
kilometers,
why they have
whatever.
the vehicles.
So I love that. That I thought was really neat. So yeah,
Yeah, the maps are really
yeah,
big.
BF5 but better, exactly.
I had a situation where I got into a rover back at the spawn point, and then I drove it all the way out into the center of the map. And then as I was getting out of the rover, someone was running by. We got into a firefight, and I died. So I thought, well, I'll spawn back into that same rover, thinking it would be at the beginning of the map, which it indicated in the spawn screen that it was at the beginning of the map. When I got into it, it spawned me right in the middle of the map where I left the rover. And then, of course, the guy that had killed me was trying to take the rover. So I spawned right in there. He just shoots me and kills me. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, now I want to go get him, right? Like I'm getting triggered. So I spawned back on that to get back in there and to take him out again. And so it goes and it shows you that, you know, they need to update that rover was no longer at the beginning. They need to update that rover is in the middle of the map if you're going to be able to spawn in it.
Well, it was working
So-
good there when we finally did get that. When we flipped the defense, remember when they brought the rover up and they were spawning from it? Because you were sitting 2 down from me, so yeah, and we were like, suppress that rover, so and we took it out and they stopped. So I mean, again, like I was saying, you actually watched it get better throughout the show from the day
Oh, it
before
was so
throughout. Yeah, so I mean, it's like you see when they start to get that really good real test. I mean, it's kind of why I'm excited about the software tomorrow, is because we're putting this in front of real people tomorrow. It's like we tested the hell out of it. We had a lot of people look at it. We had a lot of people look, but these are like actual people, so they're gonna find stuff that's like, you know, wow, I never saw that before. You know, I never saw a pink one like that. No, it's like, you know, so that's why I was really impressed with, and I really feel like this thing's gonna sharpen up really nicely by the time it's launched. Did they actually say that they didn't say this was linked to 3.8? It was
No,
coming-
introduction first quarter of next year, maybe
Oh, okay.
9.
Yeah, because it's not linked to a release because it's outside of the PTU. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be
Definitely
exciting.
not
I'll be playing a lot. No doubt.
Yeah. Well, it's outside of the PU, but at the same time,
You.
how did it work when Star Marine came out? I mean, that they didn't have quarterly release cycles back then. I don't think
No,
so.
but it did come with the patch. It came with PTU patch.
Yeah, it came with the
Three.
patches because there was a lot
2.0?
of other
Was it
stuff in the patch.
2.3? I don't remember.
remember.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Two
one of
point
those
six,
middle
I think,
twos.
maybe.
No,
Star Marine?
2.6
We're
was something
just
was
It
sad
was
add
on
on.
before.
right
It
now.
was before 2.6.
We're like,
might have been 2.
yeah,
Might have been 2, 3, 2, 4.
2.4. That sounds right.
I think it was earlier than that, like 2.1 or 2.2.
Well, we got
Anyways.
2 versions of
Yeah.
Star Marine, so
2.6. Oh, no, maybe
wow.
not. Looks like. Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like
maybe
2.6.
not.
No, it says
It was
Star Marine
in
Alpha
2.6.
2.6 with Star Marine available.
So what do you guys think in the Yacht Club or the in chat? Do we like this game mode? Do we hate it? What's the best thing about it? What's the thing you hate? I'd
Thanks for
be
the
very
sub,
curious real
Odin.
quick. Well, Nate,
8
8
months.
baby.
Right on, man.
Salute,
8
my
months.
friend.
Been around for a
Salute.
while. Good man.
Yes, thank you
Glad
so
you're
much.
enjoying it. Okay,
He's
well,
a
should we
quiet
move
one.
on? Let's move on to
Yep.
yeah.
Move
let's
on dot orange.
Hey, there we
Okay.
are, right down there. Oh.
All right, so
Ooh, the Carrick.
this is the jump on it
Carrick,
inside Star
Carrick,
Citizen that we got
Carrick.
on Thursday. It's all about
I
the
should
jump
wear my-
points.
Okay, so what's your theory on what that is right there?
That's the
The-
compressed particles that they're sending to open up the wormhole, the jump point. Some
How do you
kind
know
of
the compressed
I
particles?
thought it was space dust.
because you got to use some kind of
Fuel?
particle stream to do that.
Hmm.
Antiparticles, maybe.
how do you know
I don't know
how do you
exactly
know
what
they're
they are because they
compressed?
haven't described them. Because you can tell by the way they're moving.
Exotic fuel stream. Yeah, I like that. That sounds good. That's, I eat Star Citizen. I eat. Space Twinkies. Yeah, Space Twinkies too. Could be totally.
Woo!
Isn't that beautiful? Concept art. I like how
Well,
the
what
jump
was
points.
cool-
Look at that Connie. That's a big Connie.
Yeah.
Or
look
it's
at
a
that.
really
Look
small
at that. It's a
gate.
huge station. Isn't that awesome? You
Yeah,
got a
those things
massive station.
are huge.
Well, they said this was the massive one, but then they said there was
no,
different
this, no,
sizes.
this is actually a medium jump point from Stanton to Pyro, so it's not even a large. But
See-
the actual jump gate that creates it is pretty huge. So I don't know if it's going to be the same one that works with the large
Hey,
ones.
Aska, how's it going, buddy?
It's pretty big.
Hey, Askaha. Good to see
No,
you.
what I love about it is it's not like Eve where it's just a jump gate out in the middle of nowhere. And I love all the supporting structures and things around it because if you really think about it, it's a freaking jump gate. There's got to be a lot going on there. You know, whether it's trade or fueling the jump gate or
There'll
whatever.
be some that don't have the structure built around them. They won't have all the junk around them. They'll just be free floating. You have to go to these coordinates to find it. There
Yeah.
won't be a gate. Yeah, especially the new ones. So when you find a new one, you're not going to find a gate already built around it. It's going to be
So how does it work? I mean, is it's just a point space where you
The-
know
the-
where it's at and you send
Yeah,
your particle stream towards it and it works?
right. Yeah. Once you detect the anomaly, then you bombard it with your particle stream and
Hey,
open it up.
Mystic, thanks for the tip.
Woo! But yeah, the gate just stabilizes it, so it's easier to fly through. If that makes sense.
Neat.
And I think that's
Neat.
actually according to the lore, isn't it, Doc?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like this gas cloud tech. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
So what do you-
way that they can manipulate,
What do you think of the jump tunnel mechanics?
I fucking love it. I hope they make it really
I-
hard.
I'm surprised it looks like they released that Gladiator video so long ago. It looks the same.
It looks so much the same. I mean, it
Yeah.
really does. I think
I was
that-
actually surprised the carrot could actually get through it because it seemed like it struggled a little bit, but I mean, some of those turns look really sharp.
yeah, but I think they're kind of designing it so that it doesn't exceed the capacity, but you really have to be on your game and paying attention. That's not something that you just kind of coast through like Quantum. That this is active navigation, active flying that you're going to have to do for, and
I think the
they're
first
fairly
time
long.
through, it's gonna be active flying. But the way they made it sound, like once it's been mapped, you can go through on
If
autopilot.
it's been mapped, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they do that.
But
They
that
do
may
that-
have changed.
What do
Look,
you
it's
think,
Maggie
Meg?
again.
What do you think,
But
Meg?
as far as the concept images, CIG has really tried to stay as true as possible to their concept images. I mean, even though
Doctor Who
things change in execution and details change, but
Yeah, I know.
they really have tried to stay very true to the overall design of their early concepts.
Yeah. It still looks like the Doctor Who opening.
It does need to have a TARDIS.
Well, yeah.
What? Now you want back up? She wanted to look at the jump work. She thinks it's something a string to play with. You want to play with the string wormhole? No, I love this part where they're actually being able to manipulate. See, what I'm actually hoping is that when that jump points, they actually change. This path changes, so it's not something that's just
Yeah. Well, that's where the lore and what they've said kind of contradicts because they've said they wander, that the jump points wander around, but now they have gates around them, so they can't wander around. That
Yeah,
much.
well,
Maybe the gate keeps them from
I guess,
wandering.
yeah. I
Maybe.
guess if the gates will keep them more stable, but if there's not a gate, like they're saying on the other side at Pyro, where the gate's been destroyed, then maybe that side wanders around.
Maybe.
Huh.
And there's a lot of systems that aren't well settled,
Right.
and they may not have gates, and that might also that might be one of those things. I mean, because everybody's concerned about how gate or the jump points are going to be these areas of contest where they might get blockaded. So if on those less patrolled star systems like Pyro, if they are kind of moving around, then it's going to be harder to blockade those. On the well patrolled areas, then if the UEE is making sure that they don't get blockaded, then that's not going to be that much of a concern. So maybe that's what they're envisioning.
Let's hope they do wander.
Yeah.
Yes. But then you need to find it to get out of the system.
Oh.
That's
So
okay with me. Totally okay with that. That's half the fun. Is like actually, would it be really cool is if you jump into a system or maybe a system that's not that well charted, and there's 3 other wormholes, but wormholes out, but you have to actually scan them down and find them, and then to get to leave, and that's your risk for getting in.
Yeah,
That is one thing I like.
of-
I make the correlation.
kind of
to
know
Eve
where they
again.
are, but not exactly.
Well, and I like that about Eve is not Dead Space, but the other space that you had to scan down
wormhole space.
constantly
Wormhole
changed.
space?
Yeah, it constantly changed. So, and I love that aspect. So that would be kind of anyway.
All right.
It would give
So
explorers like monetary things to actually find and sell. So
So, moving along, in preparation for next week's show, we're going to be asking some questions on this week's show in order to help guide Dr. Contrast to make a really, really neat concept ship drawing for us during the show. Shadow, do you want to talk a little bit about it, about how the process is going to go? And and in that vein, I'll get ready the first question we have for our audience.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so next week we have a really, really unique opportunity that's with Dr. Contrast, who is a industrial. It is design. His design title is industrial design, and that's about it. But really, he designs vehicles like cars. He's worked for Chevrolet Corvette program for umpteen amount of years. He's done design work for Ferrari, Mercedes, all these amazing marks. So he's super intelligent at. Oh God, pick an alien. No, he's super intelligent at designing really, really brilliant vehicles. So I was like, hey, wouldn't it be really cool if you could do a starship or a spaceship for our show? And he's like, I never did a starship. I don't even know what to do. I said, that's just it. You can do whatever you want. So for charity next week, we are going to have the opportunity where we're actually going to watch him throughout the show design a ship, a special Yacht Club SC ship that he is going to draw and then animate, colorize, and basically build into a scene. And we are going to give that one exclusive away at the end of the show, and it's all for charity. So it is going to be super awesome. Now, Stim is going to queue up some of the latest shots that he does. So I'll take you really quick through the process. What he does is he gets an idea of what he's going to draw, or what the basis of what the things are, and he does something called an empathy study. The empathy study actually is something where he strikes some lines and basically some conceptual design onto a piece of paper, and he'll go through them, and you'll see those here shortly. They'll be like A, B, C, D, E, F, and what they are is you look at them, and there it's an empathy study. You get the feeling for what you're looking at. So you see something, and you're like, oh, well, that would be a really good side view, or maybe we cut that down the middle, and it's okay. So that's actually a yacht. Can you show the empathy studies? So what he starts with is that, and then he moves into these type of structural drawings, where it's a side view, or it's a specific piece, or an interior, or an engine, or a tight end view of something, where it's starting to build what it actually is. And in a starship, it's really important because you need life support, you need engines, you need thrusters, you need a place for what would be a bridge, or where you would fly it from. What's the purpose of the ship? So we're going to take all of this data from you guys, this show, and throughout the week in our Discord, and we are going to give him a direction of what we want. Is it going to be a starfighter? Is it going to be a transport ship, a yacht? I'm voting for yacht because I think it would be really cool. But what is that direction that we're going to go in? And then we're going to out of those, he's already drawn a ton of conceptual designs. These are the first 3 of the yacht. This is set 1 of 6. So I'm not sure how you have it lined up, Stim. Do you have the empathy study on how we got here? Because it's really important. And I missed the whole point. I'm sorry, but the whole point is Dr. Contrast actually owns and operates a school where he could teach you how to do this, and it's very cheap. It's less than $100. It's 7 classes. It's 9 classes, one-on-one instruction, and he's willing to teach you the basis on how to get here, which I think is just super cool because the man is amazingly smart, and he's so energetic. He's got such good freaking design school. So a little bit from his resume. Worked for Corvette for a dozen years. He's worked with George Lucas at ILM. He is on Star Wars itself, 1977, circa. Actually, Sid Meier, which is the guy who did Tron and a number of other movies. He's basically worked with the best of the best. So it's going to be super exciting to see what he comes up with. So I don't know. Oh, okay, so that actually says empathy strike. It wasn't. Do you have the empathy ones? I can get them for you. Sim.
Keep talking, Stim.
Sorry, if you could send
Oh,
those
there you
through. I don't have them.
Oh
Shadow.
yeah, right. But yeah. So Stim, you want to take away on how we're going to get him his suggestion? Now remember, we're not voting on a specific ship that he's going to do, unless we're like totally crazy about. Oh, number one, the first one's awesome. We want to try and give him a direction of say, oh well, I like number one here, the very top one, the front end, and then I like number three in the back end, but I like the gills off of number two in the middle. You know what I mean? It's that we're gonna try and just help guide him. So here's the second set of empathy strikes for the yacht, which I really like the middle one here because it's
Yeah, me
got the
too.
holes through the middle. I love the bridge. But I do like how he's added. So he's got like a helicopter on the back because
Yeah.
that's what he.
How cool
But I
is
mean
that?
that's a ship. That's a fighter or maybe a snubcraft. So
It's definitely got a lot of freelancer influence on the front of the top one there.
yeah, and see, that's actually what's very interesting is we all know Star Citizen. I've given him a lot of the materials of like Jump Point, the entire third year, and a number of posters and various things that I've had him look at, and you can see where he's kind of taken that. But then you can see like this middle one is like there's nothing in there really that goes towards anything that's in existence, which I love. He's really embracing his own kind of design, which I think is great. That's why I think we're in for a real treat. I mean, we're going to get something that's totally new and yeah, like that first
I
one was
like the
super
middle
cool.
one there.
Yeah, the middle one's cool too. The bottom one's better, actually, really neat because it has a like an orbital front glass section that you can walk out in, and the glass is pushed away. So like yeah, like right here, you can't see. Right there. It's like this huge glass sphere, and you walk out into it, and it's like a great way to look down and up and all around. So it's so like a design influence like that. We would say, oh yeah, that would be really cool to have on my yacht. So you would say something like that. So that's what we're looking to build and give him in the next day or two. I was hoping to get sort of a decision tomorrow. So.
Well,
We have
what we're going to do is we're going to run through a bunch of questions that are
Okay.
a little bit different from what you're seeing right now. They're just going to be basic questions. We've designed them in the way that you can answer A, B, C, D, E, F, G, what have you, in the chat, so that we can do some polling of what type of ship you want. So without further ado, let's actually go to that. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to. Let's get this going again in the background. So we have something interesting, and then
a space
show
colon.
right. So our first question. This is our first question. Do we want it to be an alien or a human ship? So in chat, go ahead and put in right now A or B, whether you want alien or human. And then we'll have a quick look, and by observation, we'll decide which one is most popular.
Thinking it's B.
Wow, yeah,
Pretty
it's
even right now.
Pretty
that's
even, but I think
B.
B's winning out.
Yeah.
Bees winning out.
Yeah, I'm thinking B.
Why does it have to be a binary question?
This is true, Iodine. Oh, tons of A's
there's a
coming
bunch
in.
of A's though.
Oh no, okay.
T, can we get a count? He's probably like, I don't want to count all this.
A's or B's?
What do you guys want? How about
Yeah.
you, Stim? What are you thinking?
I think it'll be easier for him to do a human ship, but I also think that he's got so much skill that he could do whatever. And I'm partial to human ships, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I wanna
so
see what
I'm going to
people
go
want.
with B too. I mean, I love the alien design, but I really feel like I think a ship that's more human is going to feel better for the show, better for what we're looking for. How about you, Joe?
I agree. Also, human. I think there's a lot of positives there. Alien ships are always cool, but I think for this exercise, better.
Okay,
How about you, Doc?
Go ahead, Doc.
I think it should be better to be human. Here's a strap hole.
Okay, I think
we're gonna go with
since it's
B.
split, let's go with B. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's kind of P, but yeah. Okay. So, human. Next question.
Human.
Okay.
Be boring. Church has a poll system. I guess
B
we
for
should have looked
boring.
that up before the show. Sorry,
What?
Bang. Bang freaking chow. We'll do that next time, we promise.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll probably use it on the next show. Because there may be a few things that we're looking for influence. So Jim is Dr. Contrast. His name's Jim, or is very interactive. So we'll see how that goes. So next
So
question.
we'll do a couple more questions now, and then we'll keep on going with the show, and then we'll do more questions later on. Okay, so what size is the ship going to be? And the options we have are small, medium, large, capital, and station.
A station would be cool.
Do you
Yeah,
not
I'm
know how to
thinking.
use straw poll or stem?
What's
That.
that?
Do you not know how to use straw poll?
I will for next show.
I promise.
I think
Well-
next show we're actually going to use the Twitch polling.
Yeah. I don't know how the Twitch
Probably
one
best.
works. We'll just task Meister to figure it out for us.
Okay, a lot of C's coming in, some D's and B's. More C's though.
There's quite a few B's though. It's between C and B on there right now. Between C and E. Ooh, movable
Yeah,
station. That would actually be kind of neat. All right, so what do you think there, Stimmy?
I think capital could be fun.
Ooh,
We
okay.
already have
Yeah.
a capital.
'Cause
I
now-
like capital
You know,
ships, but
large and capital, we're able to have like a snub fighter. We're able to have maybe a rover.
well, okay. Which one though, large or capital? Because there's a difference.
That'd be pretty cool.
See, I'm
think-
thinking
I
towards
think-
large. I'm thinking it's like it's a good solid size yacht or ship. So, and you could do a lot with it, but it's not like overdone. What do you think, Jordan?
I agree. I think large kind of gives us enough interest and,
Yeah.
and range of possibilities there. Although Benjamin Beeford says that we should just disregard all those and have them concept the 400 series.
Ooh, okay.
It's not
you
a bad
know,
idea.
that's- But we're not allowed to design what's existing.
I
what do you think,
it's
Doc?
C's winning out
I
there.
I
Go
think
ahead,
something
Doc.
unique would be better.
I think medium would be great. I like medium-sized ships. You have
Why?
a lot.
What's the
I
feeling on medium?
I think they're more efficient. Like you get, like in the
Well, they're more
Vanguard or
specialized, right?
or the Freelancer, you use less fuel to go the same distance, and you have
Well-
more fuel. So it's like
Right,
I don't know.
would agree
Medium,
with
the
that.
medium ships just seem to be like the sweet spot for 1 to 3 players. You know, which is what most of our groups are going to be until we get really.
Well, and
deep
they're
into it.
usually like specialized, right? Like
Right.
your large cut ships, like a Connie, can do a lot of everything, just not really well.
Well, a
but
Connie's
the
a medium
mediums one-
ship.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's
Connie's
like
The Carrick's a large.
right. A Carrick is a good example. Is like it can kind of do a little bit of everything. Whereas
Right.
like a medium is usually like a Manus or something that's or a Connie. You know, it's pretty well focused
Yeah.
as to what it's supposed to do.
I like Vengeance's suggestion of a Yacht Club Origin-esque station.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Luxury space station, a la the Yacht Club.
So there was a lot of
Well,
B's
okay.
and C's. I think they're pretty tied. So what were
Well,
we
why
on
don't
the
we
panel?
why don't we say medium to large? I like large, but I think we're actually split on this as well. Why don't we let
Yeah.
Jim decide?
Thanks
Why
for
don't we let
the
Jim-
sub, Griffin.
Hey, 4
Thanks for
months.
the sub,
Thanks,
so
Griffin.
much. We'll let Dr. Contrast decide that one between C and B
Okay.
because he's actually been experimenting a lot with that. So because he's done some small fighter concepts, yeah. So next question. Alien,
Next
no.
question.
Okay. The next question is. Okay. It's what you'd think it would be.
Free
the
or
type.
cost money?
Okay. So
Oh,
it's
crew size. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to only do, yeah. So if it ends up being D, that's going to decide on it being large
Capital
for sure.
Large? Okay.
But so it doesn't sound like E is
Hmm.
reasonable in this case. So everybody pick between A and D how many crew you want.
I think it's C. Oh, there we go. Pull size.
Oh, look at that.
T for the win. So how do you vote?
But we only have two options there.
Yeah, we only have two
Am I listening
options. T's probably trying to strangle to get the sucker together.
Yeah. he's
Testing the
working on it.
system. I like that.
We should drag T into the chat.
Lots
so
of C's. Lots of C's.
That's a lot of C's.
I vote
Yeah,
for
I would say C too. 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 to
5
5.
is a
freelancer
good.
freelancer to Connie to Garrick.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is D in French? It's C.
Si, senor. De.
D.
C sharp. We have quite the crowd here. All right, so I think C definitely cashed that one.
So it's 3 to 5.
Yep, 3 to 5.
All right.
So that could be interesting. Could be like a large ship with like a lot of turrets.
Yeah, or it could be a medium ship with just one turret.
Okay. Well, let's continue on with the show. And then
Moving
what we'll do
on.
is we'll ask more questions.
Thank you
as
for the
we go
feedback, guys.
along.
Definitely, like I said. So, also, the people that are watching this after the fact, Stim, are we doing anything with that in the Discord or whatever, or just so we? Because I know a lot of people
in
watch the
terms
show
of
after the fact. Yeah, voting.
If people want to continue to vote, well, I think we wanted to give Dr. Contrast some time to be able to think about it. So I think it's got to be
So if you weren't
done
here,
on the
sorry.
show. Yeah.
Or yell really loudly in Discord. Specifically, it's Stim.
Right.
Just not in the
Okay.
screenshot, Chan.
All right, so then we're still on Thursday. So after Inside Star Citizen, we moved on to the Traveler's Guide to the Galaxy for Microtech. So this is really interesting. I haven't had a chance to read it, but I looked at all the pretty pictures. Did anybody else look at the pictures?
I did actually read.
I looked at the pictures too.
Last week. It's been a week.
Wait.
But it's been a while.
They made it seem like Microtech and New Babbage the City is going to be really pretty fun. A lot of fun entertainment related activities.
Well, the pictures are gorgeous, aren't they?
Yes, it is beautiful.
So,
Very
Doc, you a
excited
little
for that.
excited about New Babbage, everybody?
Can't talk about it.
No, I mean I said you're excited about it.
Oh, sure.
Oh, that's a good point. Are you still excited about it?
He's
Some of
excited about it. He
these
just can't
pictures
say
are
anything
gorgeous.
about it at all.
Almost, Adam.
Other than the pictures that have been showed in public.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
And I can't wait for the weather stuff.
Weather. Thank
come
you.
out.
Weather's like
Awesome.
Weather's going to be
freaking
awesome.
out over weather. We have actual weather that does like stuff to ships and stuff, then I'm gonna be freaking stoked the hell and back.
Oh my god.
Like
that's
it would
so
be neat if like
look at
doors
that.
free shut, or you couldn't, see. I like how they did the the vapor coming from your mouth when you're breathing. It's like that's. I hope that transcends out to a ship. I hope things like extreme wind might blow a door open. I feel like it should do that same stuff that we're so used to in real life. So anyway.
Doesn't it look like almost ski runs below, like right above Jordan's head there? It looks like it could be ski runs. I mean,
Kinda
we
does.
have tracks. We need snowmobiles. We need skis. We need.
He is
to be
from
able to-
snowmobile.
he's from Canada. If you didn't notice.
We need
We've got
it.
hover bikes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
They
but
don't leave
it's-
tracks.
sliding is an amazing feeling. So I've done lots of skiing, lots of
You
snowboarding.
slide all the time on the hover bikes. They're like sliding.
It's different. It's so
It's more of a
different.
glide.
Hey, if you've
Yeah.
if you've ever skydived, okay, which have you ever done? Like you can go into a delta dive, right? So you're going into a dive, and then you're sliding on air. Now, if you move your legs to one side, you start sliding as if you're going down like the inside of a glass. It's the most amazing feeling. So sliding on skis, sliding on a board,
Hey, Doc.
It's different
What?
than a
I didn't do
hoverboard,
a
I
few
would
glasses myself. How about you?
imagine.
So T Nicer has a cool poll he's put up there. So we're testing the Twitch poll option up above chat, and he's got the categories of what you're interested in: the exploration, industrial, or support,
How do you vote?
Ah,
I only see one.
combat,
very nice.
or
I only
Okay.
see one.
transport. So we're testing this out, and it's just kind of
Live
fun to see
testing.
what is everybody interested in the verse. Click on the poll and vote, and we'll
Where is it?
see.
I saw it
It's
pop
okay.
up for a second.
it's at the
So
top
it's-
of chat.
it's at the
If
top
you
of
click
I
on
like
the
chat.
a
down
different.
arrow.
I like
Hey,
a
thanks
different
for the
kind
follow.
of sliding. So
Oh, poll ended.
Now,
Oh, well.
how do you actually vote on it? 'Cause I only see one option at the top of chat.
Click the down arrow, and it gives you all, and it gives you the 5 options.
well, it says
don't
poll
see it.
ended right now.
Poll
So-
ended.
Okay.
Oh, did it
Anyway.
end already?
How
Scream
long
when
was
the
it up
next one-
for? So we may have to do that one again.
Not very
We'll have to do
long.
it. We'll have to do it time
He's
wise.
just
Okay.
he's just
Yeah,
testing it
we're-
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're testing it out, but it works pretty darn cool.
By the way, thank you, T Nicer.
Nice.
You're the best mod ever.
Nice
He
one,
is
T.
Don't
awesome.
let anyone tell you otherwise.
Nicely done. Yeah. Okay, so
Make it a nope.
again, just beautiful pictures here of Microtech. Just amazing.
Oh yeah.
Well, the poll only lasts for 3 minutes, so it's a fast, like a quick voting poll. So
I think 3
um,
minutes is about right.
yeah,
Got it.
so it's just one of those things we have to like prep people for, and then start it, and then have people vote real quick. So it works
Okay, well,
pretty well for them.
why don't we do that one question, T? If you feel it's ready, why don't we go ahead and throw that one up in chat, and we'll go and do
Which-
that question.
which
So
question?
so hold on, but before we throw it up, we're going to end up having two different questions. So it's a multi-threaded question. So we're going to ask for two different categories. Like, let's say the Terrapin, it's a search ship, so it's like a recon type ship, but it also happens to have a search and rescue aspect to it. What other ships have dual roles, guys?
Most of them.
Which one?
Most of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
most
was
of
gonna
them
say
have.
a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them have two roles. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a category and then a role,
Terrapin.
and then we're going to do another category and another role. So it's a
Yeah, the
primary
Vanguard.
category with a primary role, and then a secondary category with a secondary role. Okay, so why don't we do the first category and the first role for it? So
Which
T-Nightster.
are
Well, he's got them, so I can read them out. In fact, why don't I pull it up? But we want to make sure that we do it properly using that thing. So that's not it there. Hold on. Too many screens.
No white Excel grids to see here.
So
It's actually Google. Oh, there we go.
so those
There
are
you
the
have it.
actual categories there.
but we only
Okay.
have a maximum of 5 options.
Oh,
do
well,
we?
bloody hell.
Yep.
Well, drop off ground,
Yeah, nobody cares
and
about that.
then
Yeah,
drop
ground.
off.
So
Oh,
take
these
off
were, these
racing?
were the categories that he just had up there.
Did
Oh,
he
these
have?
were skins.
He only had 5.
1,
Hey.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's not going to work if they only have 5 because
Yeah,
drop
we got
ground.
competition
and,
and competition and ground.
yeah, but then we're eliminating.
Competition. No, come on, competition is really
the
cool. I mean,
role-
it could be
the roles
Yeah.
list is like 10.
Oh God, yeah, we're
So-
screwed.
No.
We're going
It's not
down.
going to work.
We already broke Twitch. Not surprising.
Okay, why don't we move forward without it for now? Okay, so let's do this one here. So so someone was saying straw poll could work. It's
He's-
another one.
He's
Yeah,
he's,
straw poll
he's,
would
com-
work.
he's combined industrial and support.
Just make a straw poll, T, and
Yeah, straw poll.
But that's
Do
not
it.
how I designed the whole thing. It's not going to work
Fine.
if we start deviating from the plan. So
Jim makes very,
I didn't
very
even know we had a
concise
plan.
plans.
yeah, I love your enthusiasm for making it better, but it's not going to work. So we're
Making
sticking
it
to the
up
original
as we
plan.
go on the fly.
Jim
So
has a plan. Leave it
why don't
alone.
we go ahead? So right now, we're not going to do the in Twitch poll. We're going to do just in chat. Just go ahead and It's a lot, but put down A, B, C,
that's gonna
D,
be hard to
E,
keep
F,
track of.
or G. Well, I think it'll become easy because you'll just have less deviation. So I think it'll work. Let's give it a go,
Well,
guys.
what
Okay.
about- where's
lots
yacht
of
fall?
C's. Wow.
Where's yacht fall? Yeah, exploration. Is the yacht fall in exploration?
Um,
Because
Yes, it
I'm
does.
for a yacht.
yes, it does.
Mostly C.
Look at that. C.
Some D's.
mean,
There's
quite a
definitely
few
some
Ds.
D's.
Quite a few D's.
Industrial.
Yeah.
C's and D's.
Sounds like Tuesday night. C's and D's.
Oh,
Definitely
brother.
more C's though.
Well, we all like what we like.
Well,
So, what do you think, Stim? What would you like to see?
I'm a transport guy, so I want to see a transport like a cargo ship.
Okay. I love the yacht concepts that he's done so far, and I'm thinking because it's yacht club, it should be yacht. So exploration fits in that. I'm for that. What about you, Jordan?
I like exploration. I'm a big exploration guy, and I think we've got a pretty good spread, but it seems like the most fell within C also.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
What about you, Doc?
I would have to say probably transport or support. We have a lot of exploration ships already. But
Well-
it's C. That's definitely what
Luxury exploration. Yes, I like
chat has picked.
There's not that many exploration ships, really.
There's tons of them.
it.
Not really.
More than there are miners.
Well, yeah, there's not that much mining.
Well,
Okay, primary category is exploration.
Re for the D.
All right.
Firemaster says a non-luxury exploration.
Okay, now we have to do the roll. This is the primary.
yeah, I do want to see him do a competition ship eventually, because he's designed so many sports cars. I could only imagine the.
Well, that's a lot
You're
of
also kind of a
choices.
sports
It's
car
a
guy.
lot of choices. Let me redo the screen
I
grab.
can't even see that.
Yeah, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Don't get your panties in a twist.
You're the one with twisted
Jesus, that's
panties.
That's a lot of options.
Yeah.
It is a lot of options, but it will work. It will
Do you
work.
know what choice paralysis is?
Yeah. Do you know?
Yes,
what-
breaks. Yeah, an exploration AWAC. That'll work.
Isn't that what
this
the
This is
terrapin
game
is?
theory, people. Game
Well, it
theory.
could. It actually could. If you really think about it, an exploration AWAC would be like a ship that flies into an unknown space that is potentially hostile.
All these
Starts
rolls look like
to-
combat rolls.
Okay, hold on. Let me dig into my stuff here.
Yeah, those are kind of.
Those are all kind of combat rules.
Hold on.
Yeah, they are.
Hold on. Hold on.
A2 Explorer, let's go. That's a good one, Jay.
Yes, you're
Exploration
quite right.
AWAC.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, exploration. Yeah, not very luxury though. Terrapin.
That's what I just said.
There we
You
go.
can't even see.
Got it. If exploration. Only two of these.
Oh, you overthought
Okay.
this.
All right. So
Hmm.
A, B, or C? What do you guys want? Pathfinding,
Hmm.
expedition, or R&D? So
See,
anything.
so far.
So even the Carrack is listed as expedition because it has the ability to put down like a rover and a snub to kind of go out and go to a destination and visit things. R&D is
A lot of C's.
I think
Yeah.
C is.
Yeah.
I
kinda like
think
the
an
biggest one.
R&D ship would be.
I think
actually
people
pretty
just like to
cool.
choose
Wow.
C.
I think people just like to choose C. It is rather
a lot
close
of C.
to the
Wow.
It's
It's
I mean,
totally C.
okay. Well, I guess we'd have to clarify what is an R&D ship. Is it like a true science
It's
ship?
kind of like the Endeavor.
Kind of like a
Well,
small
no,
right?
Endeavor.
you can,
or-
you can launch
or the-
fighters out of an Endeavor.
Well,
Well, the Endeavor has
yeah,
multiple
intended
roles,
role.
but it's about actually doing research and development. So
Okay, so let's.
the
I'm
smallest
pretty sure
one
C
is
is
the-
C is
Yeah.
the.
is the Reliance.
So let's
Too late.
ask
I
chat.
think.
Too
So
late,
chat.
Oh,
Strictly.
the Reliance.
So chat.
Chat.
What do we feel R&D is? What does an R&D ship do?
Are we making the Enterprise?
Scientific
That's going to be a lot of
endeavor.
talk.
That does sound like the
Mm.
Enterprise. Exploration, research, science.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, because you're right. Yeah, because it's an exploratory research kind of vessel.
Drugs, science, recon. It does R&D.
Makes
you
a
know.
virus to infect people.
The Enterprise is also a combat ship.
Research and
No, it's not.
well, yeah, no, it's a defensive. It's
You're
purely
telling
defensive.
me that a heavy dreadnought is a combat ship.
Okay, fine, but it's not classified as that.
Yes, it is. The F is,
Is it
heavy
a heavy
dreadnought.
dread?
Yeah.
A heavy
All
dread?
right.
Oh, wait, the F. That was the one that was in the last or second to
Yeah.
last one with Con.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that kind of was a heavy dreadnought. It was designed to escort the space brothel. Okay. Refines
Okay.
components. Interesting. Research and development, alien tech, science, experimental, Van Dutroller, sovereign.
A space brothel for all the space whales. That's what we need.
Able to collect and process unknown items, flora, fauna. Nice.
He's back to saying process. If anyone
What's
has
wrong
You
with
know what?
process?
The European way of saying it and the Western
No, we actually had him converted for the
America's way of
longest
saying is process.
So R&D. So we're
Process is too
thinking
lazy.
it's like
Brothel
R&D.
Brothel R&D. I like
Ed.
Banu pole dancers. Ooh, makes new illicit drugs. Okay, I mean, hey, that is
Yeah.
definitely exploratory
There we
science.
go. Wow. This
It's
is
not
this has
drugs
turned
and
out really
drugs.
interesting.
Okay, no, I love I like this community. I mean, well, community. It's just really neat. Yeah, basically, Star. I mean, yeah, I mean, we could
Space
we could say
whaling
think
research
Enterprise.
ship. Nice.
Space whaling research ship.
also the Enterprise.
Yes, very much. So.
Yeah. That was the B.
Okay,
Actually, that was a Klingon.
that's
bird of-
great direction. Although that is a massive ship, though, if we're
That's-
comparing
that's a
to
big
the
ship.
Enterprise.
It's a big ship.
That's a
Yeah.
little more than 3 to 5 crew.
Yeah.
Well,
little bit.
if it's Endeavor size, but like I think once we get the roles going, if there's an overarching, if people want to change it, we want to go a little bit bigger, we could probably do that.
What's the crew on the Endeavor? Did they list that yet?
It's probably going to be like 20.
Yeah, I
Probably
would
gonna be
think it
a
would
I,
have
th-
to
I
be.
remember hearing 17 at one point.
That was like for the Idris for a little
Lots.
while.
Yeah, definitely lots. Crew is 8, but it can max out at 20. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was at its old concept size. Of
We
only
could
200
totally
guys.
look it up online right now.
1 captain and 4 stoners.
Right. Okay.
All right, well, there you go.
So
Yeah,
let's
it does depend on what modules you're running.
Yeah, if you're running the Hope class hospital, you're gonna have to have a lot of medical technicians, I'm sure.
1 captain, 8 fembots. I like the sound of this. That sounds very enterprisey right there.
Okay, moving on to Friday.
All
So
right.
on Friday, we had Building a Dynamic Universe. That was one of the panels in the Croshaw stage that was finally released.
No, it wasn't on the Croshaw stage. That was the Age
Oh,
stage.
you're quite right. Oh, yeah, this was... So was this one just released, or was it released the
Angel
first
stage.
week as well? 'Cause
No, this was
is
Friday.
This is Tony's
Yeah, this
talk.
was one
It's
that-
amazing.
No. Oh, yeah. This was
No.
Tony's talk. Yes, this was the one right before the second part.
Yeah.
We've even spoken about this. So we don't need to go over this again.
Well, this talk was really good, though. I mean, because
Oh, it was
it
so
it
good.
really gave the depth of how they're not only going to design it, but how they're going to test it. Which you can come up with the best designs ever. If you don't have a good way of testing it,
Mhm.
it's going to be worthless. And this was really impressive to watch. So, in fact, Corian, if you're up, which you're not, because I know you're not swearing in chat right now, you're going to watch it.
I like how Stratocruiser's saying, "Why do you go alien? No," as opposed to just saying human. I thought it was shorter to put it on the side by just saying alien no versus race equals human.
Well, maybe
They both
it's,
work. I'm
maybe
in
it's
a
your
bit of a crabby
enunciation
mood,
in
so I'm thinking
Canadian.
negatively. Okay, that's
You can
Canadian- is your-
tell. You can tell that STEM wanted alien. That's why it says alien. He wrote that alien question mark at the start of the show.
I should have put hashtag disappointed at the end.
Yeah. Hashtag disappoint.
Okay, so moving on to the next part of the show, we're talking about the All About spaceships. So this was Star Citizen Live.
Mm.
All
I
right,
can't see it.
you can see it now. It was really good. I had to listen to it a couple of times to get everything out of it that I needed.
I missed a lot of this. I tried to watch it while working. What I missed, Doc?
I didn't watch it.
You didn't
Jordan,
watch it? It was actually really good.
it's really good.
I
Jordan, do you
didn't
want to
have
start?
time.
Why was it really good, Jordan? Let's hear. Because I only caught this. So
I did make a few notes, but where are my notes? My notes are missing.
Oh
First and
no.
live, over there.
incoming note.
I lost my place in the notes. I wasn't paying any attention. We got
Hey,
too
by
distracted.
the way, Nemo, thank you for the Patreon, $5
Oh,
a month.
thanks,
Thank
Nemo.
you so much. That came in.
Woo.
Yeah, Solomute said that someone posted a great synopsis. There's somebody, I think it's the same guy. He does a brilliant, really detailed notes post on those Q&A shows on Star Citizen Live. I absolutely love what they do. I just took a few condensed notes on major high points. Of course, the community was most excited about the Redeemer, that they're actually concepting the Redeemer. So it is definitely going to be looking a little bit more ageist, but Chris Roberts said that he wants it to maintain its overall original design, but they're just kind of tweaking it to make it look a little more ageisty. It's going to be dropping the dropship part of its role, and it's just going to be a gunship, and they're adding more guns.
Yeah!
More guns.
It already had massive guns. I love
And there's more guns, and so it's a ship with guns.
That's
Um,
useful.
Yeah,
more.
they were comparing a gunship role to like an AC-130, where it just kind of puts a lot of firepower on target.
Hey,
So
Spectre.
it's not really like a
Thanks for the
dogfighting
tip,
ship.
Spectre. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Spec.
Spectre.
Second A.
So
Love
I
it.
think a lot of the community will be excited that they're actually working on the Redeemer finally.
That's
least
cool.
At least in concepting.
I bought
Early
two of
concepting.
those, and I was really excited about it. And then
And,
they basically yanked it.
Yeah, it's been on hold for a long time, but it's looks like it's fixing to hit the pipeline. Yeah, I am kind of with Vegna Chaos too. Bored of having fighters. There's like 45 fighters, including the one coming out tomorrow, and there's so many other roles that we need ships
I
for.
was just gonna say, isn't there one coming out tomorrow?
Yeah. Another one coming out
Alignment.
tomorrow.
Hopefully they do the alignment when they change the wheels.
With what the Redeemer?
No, I'm
no,
just making
he's
jokes.
Oh, miss that. I thought the other interesting thing, what they were asking about the physicalized components, and it looks like they're just starting to build those assets, and they are a very long way from actually implementing physicalized components. So I don't anticipate those really coming out in 2020 from the way it sounded. They've got a lot of technical challenges trying to get them to actually work within the object containers. So all the ships have a space for the components, but they don't necessarily work there, and they don't tie into the ship systems. And then when they put them into the object containers, they're not actually working. So we're going to be likely to see that late next year, but probably not even 2020. The other big news was the Banu Merchantman. So, and as we all knew, the cargo will probably go down because 3,500 is just insane. But they did talk about a size of 160 by 160 meters. However, there was an interesting post by the archivist, Sherry, who was talking about some descriptions of the Merchantman, and she was saying that it is gigantic. It is supposed to be gigantic. So
Well, 160 by 160 is pretty big. I
That's-
understand
Yeah.
it's a lot of wing.
it's
but
That's the thing, and that's what John Crew was saying is that the difficulty of the ship is the fact that those wings are as wide as it is long, and that limits where it can actually land. So the actual main
Foldable
part of the
wings.
cargo hull,
No.
they're not planning foldable wings. It doesn't seem like it's
That
really
wouldn't
part of
fit the
of the
alien
design.
profile at all.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really just for fighters landing inside of the ship. So I don't know. I know that there was a concept that really cool concept image where it was like on that mining station, and it was really kind of dark, and it's like the best looking alien version of it, and it was kind of coming in for a landing. The wings did not look as wide as the ship was long. Could have been perspective. They're all concept images, so they're just artist renderings. But if they went with that kind of version, I think they could get a little bit more in there. But we do not know what the cargo is going to be. There's
Yeah, don't
lots
Yes,
fly
of
we
that
things
do.
sucker
floating
through an
around.
asteroid field.
Cargo's gonna be like 896, maybe tops.
Not
I, I'm
894.
I'm
Not
I'm
898.
I'm
No,
still
896.
I've done a lot of
I
volumetric
know
analysis of
you've got a
of
lot of hype built up.
it's not just the hype. It's the three-dimensional volumetric analysis of how much cargo 500 SU actually takes up. And if you look at the actual space in the Carrack and the 890, 500 SCU is not that much volume, and 4 times that volume is 2,000 SCU. I don't think they'd really have much of an issue at all getting that in there.
Yeah,
So
but you gotta have stores and you gotta have crew quarters for your store
I
employees.
the
And you gotta have a hangar and you gotta
go
have a
There's no hangar.
bridge.
There
There might be.
there's not a hangar. They said there's not a hangar. They
Oh.
might dock the Defender on top of the ship was kind of what people were thinking. That they said that one of the fan concepts was probably accurate. All still in concepting.
One of the fans'
But
concepts.
yeah, and a lot of people were well, some people showed it with like the arms of the Defender wrapping around the top, but that was totally out of scale. And then they showed another one with it more in scale, and it could actually just set like on the inner part of the wing on the top of the ship. And then that way, when ladder goes down, it can go
Two
down into a
defenders
dock
internally.
into the ship.
Yeah.
Um,
But you gotta have
Your defenders dock like this.
you gotta have
so the
beds for
shops.
your defender pilots and your defender gunner.
Beds are tiny. That's immaterial. I know you have to have is the upper crew deck above the cargo area. The shop area is actually not nearly as large as the merchantman, and they showed the concept image of it, and it looks very similar to like the 890 atrium. So
It takes up a lot of space.
So what was
Well,
the free
it's
Jared thing?
volume.
Because I did see that, and I remember seeing. I don't.
yeah, so in the background there, you can see the guy facing away behind John Crew, and his screen is up there. He was posting cat photos, and then about the last third of the show, it was free Jared. He was in jury duty, is why he missed the broadcast. Yes, so
That's awesome.
free Jared. Other questions? Oh, the caterpillar doors. So the caterpillar doors are supposed to, when the lower one goes down, it is actually supposed to lower as an elevator for
Yeah.
the cargo, and the same technology for that is what's being used for the elevators, what they call their transit system. And apparently there's it's Democrat.
Yeah, she's pissed. That's why he's muted.
I see that.
She is making a racket.
So they are still planned to the doors are planned to elevator up and down, but that's technology they're working on to come in the future. And the Carrot cargo pods were going to have similar doors that open on the side and elevator down, and that they talked about future cargo pod modules, one of which could carry a ballista or a tonk. So there's
Dog.
there's 4 pods, so you could potentially carry 4 ballista
As mine destroy everything.
or tonks. That's pretty crazy. That's more than the Hercules. That's crazy. And then also another option for a science pod. Yeah. Also, they did say that you could open the hangar ships via the mobiGlass in land. Also controlling your doors inside the ship, being able to lock and unlock. Those will all be part of future implementation. And the mole is going to have 3 mining heads that are size 2. So that is one of the other benefits of the mole versus 3 prospectors, is that they will be size 2 mining heads, not size 1, which the prospector has. And
Oh,
What is it? Just the outside one? moly, moly.
those are the high points of the show. So if anybody has any questions, post your questions in the chat. We'll get to those at the end of the show here in just a bit.
So the
That's
mole,
probably-
is it just the outside 2 or 2s and the center one's a 1, or are they all
No,
three?
all three.
All of them are,
All three of them.
are
Wow,
twos.
yeah, that'll be a rud cracker, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jordan said
Ooh.
post your
Buddy.
questions in the chat, Shadowkin. So
Or
I think that was a really good taste of what Joran's show is going to be like tomorrow. Should we do a little plug real quick? Joran is going to start streaming.
jeez.
You want to talk about it real quick?
I'm going to start streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming 3 days a week, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday on my channel, and we're going to be doing group activities in the verse because everybody's been asking to do time. We do that occasionally, and so this is going to give us the opportunity to have 3 days a week where we can just all get together in the verse. And yeah, that is. We can probably link that in there. I don't think I can actually link in there.
Well, so
No, you can't.
Joran's channel is going to be effectively an extension of the Yacht Club in the way that we can get out there and have some fun in the verse. So I plan to join quite often. So it'll be nice to see you guys come out there and support Joran as he kind of starts off streaming and has a good time with it. All right.
Then helps grow our whole community. That's the whole idea. Reach more people and give us things to do because everybody keeps wanting to do stuff.
All right.
Yep.
So then
I might join too, but probably not tomorrow. I'll be busy.
We got 3 days a week. So like the Saturday nights. We've been doing Star Marine on Saturdays for several months now, and that's been a lot of fun. So probably do some of that as well.
That's bright.
Yep.
sorry, I changed it. So after that, so still on Friday, we had posted both the CitizenCon event photos as well as the red carpet photos that were at CitizenCon. So these are, you should go check it out. There's 202 of these photos. They're really good. It gives you kind of a better exposure than you probably had through a lot of people's channels, just kind of showing you some of the different things that were going on and what you can look forward to next year. This ice sculpture was amazing. It was amazing. It took them like 3 hours throughout the day to get it going, even though they started putting it together probably 2 hours before the doors opened. It took about 3 hours or so for them to get it working properly.
What was the whole deal with people chipping away at it? Because like we saw during the different.
They were making the
streams.
ground, because when it first came out, it was a totally flat surface. So that what they did was they actually made like potholes and moon craters and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It ended up looking really cool.
Yeah, but the arms on the sides were separate pieces of ice that they had to then put onto the Carrack. Like, it was really well engineered. Really neat.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh, I actually have a funny picture. Now that Citizens Con's over, I can actually show you pictures we took beforehand.
There's some of the partying.
I think we showed all of the party pictures, right? Well, actually, the ones when we went out.
Yeah, those are really good. Some panel shots. That was the war room. It had RGB everywhere. It was fantastic. Okay, and then to show very quickly as well, there was the red carpet, and just like they had last year, they had a bunch of people dressed up in costume that were acting the part and sticking to their parts that they did. And then, of course, you could walk by the red carpet wall as just a regular backer and have your photo taken. It's really neat. Just a bunch of
I just posted it in Maine. Probably one of the best pictures.
Comic Stud is asking if the Big Bennies tasted like Top Ramen. What was the Big Bennies? What did they actually have? Just well-made?
I actually didn't try it. Did any guy? Did you, Tim? I didn't. We didn't have time. We were so busy.
no. Yeah, no, I didn't. We made the Big Benny's boxes, but we didn't didn't have time to taste it.
How did the box making go this year? Not
Oh, it was
last
a
year?
lot. It was a lot more
lot
militaristic. Stim cut himself like 3 times.
That's so not true. I broke 3 gloves.
You're right, 4
You
times.
use medical gloves because you don't want to get your dirty fingerprints on
Because it was
something
food.
that
Well,
is
it was food.
Yes.
It was
right?
food grade. So yeah.
Yes.
So, but I broke a glove 3 times.
It's
Kind of like breaking
last
a
year,
condom, right?
putting the wire
How long
thing
that take for?
into the boxes was the hardest part last year.
I don't think they had the wire things on them this time.
Well, yeah,
No,
we
they
didn't have to
didn't.
build the boxes this time.
No,
The
it
boxes
was- it
were
was
pre-made. We just had to
totally
put stickers
ad-lib.
on them. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
much
That's-
better. It was probably 35 minutes as opposed to
5 hours.
4 to 5 hours. Yeah, the first
Yeah.
time. Okay, so moving on. I mean, go and check those pictures. They're really good. If you were there, there might be a picture
I'm
of
throwing
you
a bunch of
elected to
Maine
do the
right
wall.
Yeah. But yeah. Go on.
I already showed the one that was in Maine.
No, I'm just saying. I'm throwing a bunch.
Are you
'cause
throwing more?
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if I don't know if I shared these or not. It was kind of a blur. Anyway,
We can post a couple.
no,
more
it was really
for
cool.
you.
So was this the only collage? Because there was another one that was. Didn't they do a different one? Oh no, this is the one. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. So they did 2. The first one was all about the con, and then this one was specifically the red carpet. So on your way in, you got handed you signed in, you got a wristband, you also got your lanyard as well as your badge, and then you were ushered onto the red carpet to have your photo taken. And no, they didn't charge you for it at the end, like most places do.
No, they did not.
All right, moving on. So on Friday, as always, we get the weekly newsletter. In this newsletter, there were 2 really cool things that we got. The first one was a really neat sort of Christmas tree put together by a community member, which I thought was really, really neat.
What ship is that? Oh, Hammerheads. Nice.
Hammerheads. This was done
That
by
works.
That was pretty cool.
Weird Christmas
Ater,
tree, but it works.
AATER, Ater Draconis. Really nicely done. And then we got
That is a lot of hammerheads.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
A lot. Let's just go with a lot.
16 hammerheads. And then do you think that blue thing is a HUD element, or do you think it was a post effect added?
I think it's an EMP.
Oh,
No,
oh,
it's not an EMP.
No, it's not blue.
Yeah, you know how the EMP ships, they start glowing and they get a blue.
It's not blue though.
Yeah, but it's
it's
yeah,
blue.
You're
That's
not
blue.
you're not far enough away to not be able to see the ship inside. So you would see the ship in there. It's gonna be
Either way,
like
neat effect.
an after
Definitely
effect they added.
natural.
Do we need to zoom in on it to see? I don't see a ship in there.
I already zoomed in. Look, zoom. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if it was a Raven, it'd be hard to see. They're so tiny.
Yeah, especially if it was
Yeah, maybe.
like sliver on.
Yeah.
Very cool though.
You'd still see pixels, and there are no pixels in the middle of that. It's just.
There are no pixels in the middle.
Well,
of
I
it.
mean,
No, he's in the
there-
office working
there
still.
are no
I
ship
hope.
pixels.
But it doesn't look like it's been edited. I mean, it looks like it's in there. That would be really tough
Yeah.
to edit unless it happened to be on a transparent background. But still,
Are we going into the details on this?
we're dipping in.
Either way, very cool picture.
was-
Very
It
cool.
was a great in-game event that they did there.
very cool.
Ooh, it's the mole.
Really nice
moly,
done.
moly, 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 moly.
So this was the sneak peek of the newsletter, and I wish I could just peek around the corner.
Just lean.
Show me more. I'm
Just
trying.
yeah,
It's
hit-
not working.
Hit E.
What?
Yeah. All right. After that, we head into the roadmap roundup. So it's actually worth, instead of just showing the roadmap here, it's actually worth having a look at some of the notes to the roadmap, because there's some notable changes. Beside what they put at the top, things like the landing zone exterior,
Did you just
all the
drop
stuff.
that? Seriously? Hey, Death Adder, thanks for
Thanks for
the
the sub.
thanks for the
Thanks, Death.
There's definitely worthy notes in here to note, and then this notable thing.
Notable
Okay.
changes.
All right. Well,
Go on.
planetary
That
weather
was pretty good
effects.
though.
Aren't those exciting?
Restricted area, I like.
Yep, those are cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Server-side
I'm wondering
object
if-
container streaming has been added to 3.8 and it's been sent to polishing. That's really
And
exciting.
Which is
Everybody's wondering where that
easily the best thing ever.
So everybody who's always bitching about stuff not coming out and some of the
Oh.
patches being light and there's no,
Oh,
this isn't on the roadmap, this isn't on the roadmap, and then all of a sudden, bam, they decide to put something on the roadmap. They're working on stuff
Oh.
that they don't always have on the roadmap.
Yeah.
They've
Here,
said that
there we
many
go.
times.
thank you, Benjamin.
Yeah. Now, something that happened is the Microtech collection was pushed back to 3.9 because it doesn't make sense to bring that in if you don't have the interior of Microtech showing up in 3.8, because that's 3.9 now.
That's really upsetting because I wanted those clothes.
Yeah, but then
Oh,
where
well.
would they sell them? It wouldn't make sense for them to sell them at
Yeah.
PO.
I know.
Well, there's. I can't.
I'm
talk about it.
disappointed.
Never mind.
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
can be
You're-
disappointed.
Yes, you can.
Do I not have the right to be disappointed in something not making a patch?
You have the right to be triggered, Joran.
He's the white knight. Oh, dude, look at Yogi posted. He posted the alien come around the corner. It's in the midst of a bunch of pictures I just posted, but that was pretty cool. Anyway,
All right, so let's have a quick look here at the.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna hide the chat.
so what's new in here? This is what we gotta look at. I haven't looked at this yet.
So there's a bunch of pictures in the Yacht Club Discord in the main channel. So if you're not
Yeah,
in
it's
the
the night we went out.
you
Oh
should
yeah,
definitely
post that
be
link
in the
there.
Discord.
T, link to our Discord. Oh, that you got to do that thing. Join us. It's good fun all day long.
Join the Discord.
We
Yes,
are
please.
literally rated the number our citizen Discord. Everyone says that.
Yes,
It's actually
It is
pretty awesome.
great community.
All right, well, let's go through the roadmap, and then we'll talk
What's the
about
good,
some.
the-
We'll show some
The
of those
good, the bad, and
pictures,
the ugly.
and then after that, we'll get back onto our ship determination process for next week. So, yeah. So it looks like 3.8 is coming along really well. There's a lot of 100% there above my head being all
Nice.
knocked off. That's really good.
And completed, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the mole
Like more-
is at 74. Although, you know what, with ships, they don't really update the ships all the time. So, okay, the theory, there's many theories. Okay, I'm going to theory craft here a little bit. It's
Well,
not my
they
original
didn't say
theory craft.
3.8. The mole would come out in 3.8. They said it would be a patch of 3.8. They already said that.
That's right, but there are some,
No, it's
including
coming in
Board Gamer,
3.8 is what they said.
Yeah,
that thinks it could be
They-
coming out tomorrow along
the
with
Carrack
the
is coming at a
Ares.
later patch.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, the Carrack is, yeah. The Carrack, and also
You're right.
the,
Later
That
patch.
was
the
what they
Carrack's
said.
3.8 in February, and the Drake Cutlass Red is in January,
January.
by the looks of it.
And the
Yeah.
Prowler is in March.
Yes.
Which I'm okay
Everything's-
with.
I'm more excited
Everything
for
looks
March
done.
than anything else.
be badass.
Everything looks done except for the Argo Mole. And
That's
then,
going to be a
like,
tricky ship, the
Ship-
Prowler.
Ships often launch incomplete.
70%.
or they launch late because they don't want to launch them incomplete, so they come
Well,
in a later patch.
That they have a certain level of completeness that they can get that into back. There may still be things that are not fully complete. The 890 jump still does not have sheets on the beds.
It
I'm
still doesn't have its
super
cargo.
super triggered about not having sheets and pillows
Wow.
on my bed.
So wait, does that mean if you get a
Oh.
mole? Does that mean if you get a mole in your stocking, it like burns its way through? Or
Yes.
Who else is upset that the sheets are not on there? And should they be the space sheets?
At this point, they should just
No,
be
the
right
Starfare?
there.
we've actually
Going on
seen
there.
the 90 in the
Total
release page.
bullshit.
Yeah, I think we need some F's in chat for no sheets.
No
sheets.
No, I like T Nicer's total bullshit. All I gotta say is, as long as they hose off, I'm good.
I want the full cargo capacity before I worry about sheet.
Yeah, that's important too.
I mean, that's just me.
Moving right
Okay.
And being able to change out the guns on the turrets.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's do some pictures first.
Oh, what
Okay,
was that? Who's that?
There's a
Oh yeah,
good-looking
there we go.
guy right
Oh, he
there.
looks familiar.
Tim with rubber gloves on. You want to talk about the most terrifying thing ever, especially if you make it a fist.
Yes, I give a sheet.
Especially
Yeah,
after that
was
picture was taken right
scary.
after I said, Shadowkin, come at me, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You see Pixel behind him. He's like, "Oh God, not me next."
Yeah. He's worried about your future. And that's Moist Noodle on the left-hand
Yes,
side there.
Noodle, and then what's her name?
So
God, it's gonna drive me
she's
nuts.
French. She was absolutely pivotal to having everything come together.
Oh, and
was
she kicked ass if I
know.
can build boxes and stickering them. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, I'm terrible
Yeah,
with
not
names.
the glove. It's
The gloves are the best.
Nefertiti's or no, I can't remember.
No,
Damn
it's
it.
not it.
We'll come up with it soon.
Ah, there's Shadowkin
Hey,
with the
you know
few.
that guy. Yeah, it was
And
great. I ran into the few. I like got within a few feet, and he's like, "Eh." Yeah, it was great. It was great to see. I had a nice little conversation with him. But then we so many cool people were there. I mean,
So
these.
we have the few. We have the few coming back on February
nice.
5th. Yeah.
I'd be very curious to see what he thinks about what he thought about the show. He seemed like he had a really good time. So yeah. So that was
What
fun.
else do we have?
Yeah.
Oh,
very cool.
This guy, you'll know him very well.
No?
Ah, yeah.
That is Skipper
Three of them.
Steve right in the middle.
Skipper
Yep, you got Pixel to the left, all the way
Yeah.
to the left. You got me, and then Skipper Steve, and then Journeyman all the way to the there. Or
Got
right there. Journeyman's a beast. Skipper Steve did an awesome job with some
His hair's
really
growing out.
great photos.
His editing was
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Okay.
it.
There's
That was
Skipper
at
Steve in
the
chat.
volunteer center. Hey, Skipper Steve, how's it going, buddy?
And Pixel.
Oh, this was a hilarious picture because so we're dropping into the game and we're like we're not paying attention to anything that's going on as we're dropping down. We have to actually do something. Nope. We're screaming at each other.
That was
'cause
so
that's
much
what we
fun.
Taking pictures.
That was Theaters of War.
Yeah, so this
All
was
right.
the very first demo. Hey, yeah, Tyler and I had a great little chat at the volunteer. Actually, I pulled Cameron over too, and we were chatting. Actually, Cameron has not watched the show, so you can give him shit about it. But he said he's going to, so maybe one of these now.
Well, he is on UK time, so it's
Solar
difficult to watch
Mute.
live.
That's Solar Mute, ladies and gentlemen. He actually won the cosplay contest, which was
That
super.
was an incredible.
And wait, you have to embrace the best moment of the entire Citizen Con, especially for him, was he got to hug Jay Lee.
Yeah. No,
I
he
like
got
that's on my
hugged by
t-shirts
Jay
now.
Lee.
Well, no. He said, "Could you just hold me?"
That's what JayLee said. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
No, I saw it up close and personal, man. It was
awesome.
unbelievable job. So there's
and-
Astro Jack in the front there.
Yeah.
Right now. And then
And
you got
somebody
obviously
photobombing in
that
the back.
bonehead there, and then back there is Preacher.
Captain
Yeah.
Richard.
No, that's Preacher.
No, that's Preacher.
Preacher.
It looks
The
like
one-
Captain
the
Richard.
one
So I have
It's
another.
Preacher.
I have
Yeah.
another picture of Preacher. Do you have the picture of Preacher? Because he is
Yeah,
an
here it is.
unbelievable
The guy in
man.
the far back.
Yeah.
He is.
he's-
Yes, look
yeah,
at this.
that's him
He is
there.
an unbelievable man.
Oh, okay.
We feel so bare around this man.
I
He's
know.
just
You don't even feel like half a man around him. It's
Such a
like-
great
it's
guy, though.
amazing.
Big guy
Such
there.
a great guy. Yeah, I mean, really cool. Yeah, he's huge. Very big, beefy voice. So here we've got oh god, I think of his name now. 890 Jump Club. I'm sticking my nose up your nose. I think of your nose. He's from the Canary Islands. Help me out. 890 Jump Club, Jordan.
Oh.
His
Reeps?
name's
Reeps?
Creeps. Yeah, Reeps. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Reeps.
So he came
That's it.
Reeps.
He's actually in Spain now, I think, if I remember. But yeah, he came over, and then that's his buddy. And
Yeah,
obviously,
Hold on.
met him. We met him in Austin.
Oh yes.
yeah,
What's
awesome.
his name? It's
Mhm.
escaping me right now. Oh my god.
It's his buddy.
Yeah. No, he's
Yeah,
also an
I
890
can't
jump member.
Oh, is he? Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
We chat to him
at
all
this
the
moment,
time.
we were running into so many people. So
It was crazy. I am sorry, man, that I don't remember your name right now, but it is. Oh,
you can
It's
smack
it's
Tim
so
next
many
time you
people.
know. I'll hold
So
him.
many people.
I'll hold him.
yeah.
So, but there's a bunch more here because
If you're
like
watching,
these
yell in
pictures
chat.
all happened within like probably 20 minutes. It was pretty crazy. Anyway, next one because there's a lot of them.
I'm trying to push
And
through.
then
Okay. Oh yeah,
we're
of
not
course.
going in order, by the way.
All right. There's Rexzilla.
We're not seeing
Although
that.
you're not seeing it because it's not working. There we go. There's Rexzilla.
Yeah, so if you remember the very first time we had him on, I said I owe him a drink because I couldn't get him a bottle of what he really liked, so I actually bought him his drink.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're even now. We're even. So he said he'd love to come back on the show, so we'll
Yep.
probably have him back on soon
Yeah.
enough.
We don't have a date yet, but it's going to happen.
We definitely know that's going to happen. He's a great guy to talk to.
Yes, he
There's
is.
another picture.
And this is I have his name because he's got 4 different names.
That's
We
right.
know him as. Hold on. Because when he told me his name, I was like, "Oh, okay, great." But the best joke about what he told me was because his wife was there, and he's like, "Yeah, I fell out of the sofa laughing at you one night," and I was like, "I've done my job." And his wife came over, he's like, "He was laughing so hard," and it was so funny to watch. But we had
Fantastic.
a couple. Yeah, it was really fun to see. But
And
yeah,
then-
and that is. Go ahead, keep going.
And then Darshnader will probably hate me for this one, but
Oh, Darsh.
That's
Yeah,
Darsh.
it was.
we had such a
Nice.
good time. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a blast. Yeah,
All right, then
Darsh did a
here's-
really good job too.
Here's Kai.
Oh, that's Kai. Yeah, there you
Kai's
go.
an
There's
awesome
Kai.
streamer as well.
Yeah.
Another great guy.
Great guy too. Hard worker. Very cool.
Here's one with Cameron and Jay Lee.
Oh, this was a great shot. But yeah, so yeah, obviously this was a great shot. But the shot that's right after it is actually the person who took it, who I handed the camera to, who didn't realize who it was, and I should have known.
Oh, you didn't know?
No. It's funny because like I
Captain
just turned around and
Richard!
handed it. What's he do is he took a picture and then flipped it around, took and he's like, and then I like flipped through real quick, and I was like, holy shit, that was Kevin Richard. That's how fast this like time went. I mean, it was nuts, but it was really good to see a bunch of everyone there. Yeah, we had a blast.
Moving on to the next segment of the show.
Yeah, I know we've got to keep moving. Is there anybody else
Sorry.
we really
Yep.
need to show? I think
Is
that's
there
good.
anybody else
That's
we
good.
need to show? I think we're good.
Okay.
Fun times.
Oh, it was fantastic. Wish you could have been there, man. Wish you could have been there. Okay, so that's the roadmap. Let's quickly do, before we do the rest of the stuff, let's quickly do the Bar Citizens. So
Hampton Roads,
Friday
Virginia.
is then over. And what we had is on Saturday, we had Berlin, Germany and Kempten, Germany. And this is the
Where's that
Kempten.
one? That looks like a great bar.
This picture is actually Hampton Roads. Did we have it the wrong place? Is this Kempton? I thought this was for Hampton Roads. Did I have the wrong one?
I don't see that there was a Hampton Roads. So that wasn't in the list. Mr. Bar Citizen Man.
I thought.
Somebody says it's Hampton Roads.
Is it?
Somebody
Was
screwed up
anyone,
and
was
it
anyone in the
wasn't
chat
me.
actually here?
Yay!
Was anyone actually chat there? It'd be kind of cool.
No?
No,
No?
my notes have gotten moved around.
That's that.
Hanzo says he's the chubby dude in the hat, which I'm glad he said chubby dude in something. No.
Yeah, the hat would have, yeah, definitely had to give.
So Henzo, where was that? Did you
He
figure
said
it out?
Hampton Roads.
It is Hampton. Okay.
And the roads were
Oh,
All right.
awesome.
Really nice.
So
very
probably
cool.
right in the middle back there with the guy in the hat. That's great. We got you on the show.
That looks like a great
Right on.
bar, but
and
what's the name of the bar? What's the name of the bar?
Does look really
I would
nice.
Can I
totally
see
go-
how
I would
how
totally go
far
to that
are
bar.
you from Hampton Roads?
Pixels. He's pixels away.
That
That's
means-
really close.
That
means
could
he
be really
lives there.
close, really far.
The, bu-
Doesn't
That means
tell
he
us.
really lives there.
the bar's called Pixels.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's the name of the bar. Yeah, the bar's called Pixels. That's awesome.
Okay,
Very cool.
it's time to dive into the rest of the.
Nice. Well, can I actually get on the Bar Citizen website, and there's a link for the Hampton Roads Discord. And,
Bar Citizens.
get to meet them.
Barcitizen.sc, right?
We have a command for that.
Oh, we do.
Of course we do. We're professional streamers. There you go. Hop on there.
I'll go
Go
that
to the
far.
map and click the
Yeah.
the Discords button, and take you. It'll show you the Discords for the region there. I think there's 2 different ones for Virginia. I'm not sure if the other one's active, but there is one for Hampton Roads. And get there,
Nice.
meet your local friends and everybody else around the world. Over 70 regional Discords, and people are meeting up all the time. And if they're not meeting up, they're chatting in their Discords.
So regional styles, Lord Styles asks, no scout? Well, scout is actually a function of combat in this list. Okay, so combat means anything military sort of related. Okay.
Hi, Buster.
Scout's not exploration.
Hey, Buster. Well,
yeah,
no,
hey,
so
wouldn't Scout be exploration?
hey, I had to pick one. All right, it's in
It's a
combat.
skewed-
Okay. All right, move right along.
Okay, hey, Buster, how's it going?
That means Jordan has something else to do later on.
Yeah, Doug and I both have to go. I've got to get up real early in the morning to take my wife to a doctor's appointment. So
So, guys, before we dive into it, I just want to let you know we are going to have, by popular demand, we're going to have Buster the Destroyer back on January the 15th, back on the show. She's an awesome streamer, and I really look forward to having you back on the show, Buster.
I'm
Nobody
looking forward to
asked
that
me
because
at all.
I missed the first time she was on the show.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
Okay,
One of the very few that I've missed.
so back on to
Got you,
picking.
your
So
player.
this is going to be the secondary category. So if you follow down the right hand side, for those of you that are just joining us, we have a show next week where we're going to be creating a ship from scratch.
Well, not
And-
us. A professional
Dr.
person.
Contrast.
Dr. Contrast will be
Is gonna
doing
be
it.
doing
Yep.
And we've got, if you
Yeah,
missed the
you don't
empathy sketches, they're in the Discord. You can get in there. We'll share them with you. But for
You don't
right
wanna
now,
see
we're
money drop.
picking some direction on what we're doing. Right now, we have a human manufactured ship that is between medium and large size with a crew complement of 3 to 5. Its primary category is exploration, with the primary role being research and development. Now we're going to pick a secondary category with a secondary role, because a single, it's kind of like a one-trick pony ship is going to be kind of boring. So we want to give it one more shot. So go ahead in chat, pick A through G. Go ahead. Let's see what you guys
Lethargy.
want.
Oh, A through G. D. Looks like D's got it. Oh.
Wow, D's and F's.
Yeah,
E's.
I'm not sure what I want this to be.
D's.
Well, what do you want,
Couple
Shadow?
E's.
Support
more
or
Ds.
industrial are the only two that really
So we-
fit a
We already have
primary...
exploration. Well, no, like I would
An
say
industrial
the Carrack
exploration
is
ship?
double exploration. So I mean, it doesn't have to be a different one. You could go double exploration,
F.
right?
Yeah.
I would say
So-
no.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean, an industrial ship that R&D that could actually create things would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
But I mean, I think
I
it's
see a lot
definitely
of-
gonna tip into the large, actually probably larger than.
A lot of D's. If you don't want D, you should start typing your letter in now.
Yeah, that's a
Maybe
good
C or
point.
D.
D is winning at the moment.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I industrial would kind of align.
Followed by F. F is close to D.
by competition R&D ship.
Oh, there's so many. It's really hard to determine.
Well, maybe
by
maybe it's an
eyeball on
R&D
these
ship
things.
that makes racing parts. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why G needs to be on there, but whatever.
Yeah, G doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, everyone's gonna pick G.
Okay, so there's
I
six.
don't know, it's
there's
very
6
close.
D's.
Well,
there's 6
no,
F's
actually,
right now.
Good to see you, man.
G
Elf-
could
Elf
totally
would pick
happen.
G.
No, G could totally happen. It could be a ship that actually lands on the ground. It becomes a temporary station that does our
There's
research and
5
development.
E's or 6 E's maybe.
There's a bunch of F's too.
Yeah, competition. How do you do a competition R&D ship? Is it an R&D ship that builds
There's
competition
6
parts?
F's,
That would
6
actually be
D's, 6 E's right now.
Yeah.
Six
that's what I was
F's,
thinking.
6 D's, and 6 E's.
I need a
come on,
tiebreaker.
guys. We need a tiebreaker at least.
How many
We-
seats?
Anybody that
No,
hasn't voted
4.
already, we need to know whether or not you want E, F, or D.
Oh, there's another C.
Industrial sport or competition.
It's another F. 7 Fs.
And a
Yeah, I can't
D.
see F working.
Oh, there's another C.
There's-
there's
there's a
more
couple of C's.
C's.
Another
just go with
D, another C. C is not the most on there. There's like 4
B.
C's now.
I like B also. Cargo and exploration.
But there's not enough B's to win, though. I like cargo. It's my favorite. But
Oh, D is definitely.
I don't know how many of these people have voted twice.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I know.
they-
I gotta look at it.
There is that. Like, I'm just gonna vote for D like 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
11. I think it's D.
D,
Well,
D,
okay.
yeah.
Let's pull the panelists. Well, what do you feeling there, Stimmy?
Me personally, well,
You
you know,
mean
I do like
Lobot?
transport, but what? Yeah, Lobot. That's right.
Lobot,
Lobot
yeah.
thinks
Sorry, Lobot.
that with exploration, I think we already have like a really true exploration ship. So to do double exploration,
No,
isn't really
guys.
that
We
interesting.
have to exit out what we already know. We're able to design what.
I'm
the way
sorry.
we
I thought you
want it,
asked what
so-
I think. What I think. So I'm just trying to answer that.
He's telling
Here
you.
he goes again. Here he goes again. His pussy. I mean, his thing hurts.
Industrial's good. Support's they're all so good. I think support could be really interesting with exploration. So you're exploring, and then, although if you're exploring, you kind of want to do that. Maybe you want to do that solo, so you're not really going to be support. Although support, like deep space
Well, it's-
searching fleets, you may want to have to be able to also do searching.
But it's an
also support
R
the
and
fleet.
D ship, so that's where I'm going with. I mean, is it just R and D, or are we like picking 2 totally separate roles that the same ship can do, or do they?
Yeah. I think it.
Tough. So the
What-
command.
Why don't we
the
just throw the D in there and just let him run with it?
Yeah.
Well, I would agree with that because I think a D, because it'd be neat if you had a research and development ship that can actually build what it's developing. That would be kind of neat.
Okay.
You know, like let's say you're out in the fringe of space and you're millions and billions of fucking light years away, and you're finding new technologies and you're developing it and you're building the pieces and parts that are out there, right? That would be kind of neat.
industrial.
Yeah, like a
it
giant
is.
3D printer. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, so now we move on to what the role is of it.
Was
Okay,
there
that's the
a
wrong
campfire
one.
role?
That's the wrong one again. Hold on, let me find it. These are too small. I'm using the tiny screen you sent me.
So, by the way,
it's too
anyone that's
small.
just joining us, this is actually for next week's show. This is Dr. Contrast, who's a brilliant industrial designer, is actually coming on to the show. He's done a ton of stuff in our Discord. You can go and look at it. Stim will tell you where it's at the end of the show. He's going to be designing a ship from scratch as we watch him based upon these selections. So that's actually what we're going through right now.
So these are the
Let's see some
options.
D's.
Yeah, it's going to be
I like
D's.
C and D's.
So these are the options for
I
industrial.
like C. I like salvage. Pick up parts and pieces and then build things from it. Oh, that'd be neat.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
that
going
could be
C.
interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool.
E,
Farming?
E,
Okay.
What do
D,
we
C,
think?
C. Got a lot of C's and D's.
No A's. I'm
Lot of
actually
C's.
surprised. No A's. That's actually pretty.
Lot
Quite a
of
few
C's.
D's.
A lot of D's.
I'm thinking
No,
C.
no,
Yeah,
There's
salvage.
only,
would
there's
be
only 3
really neat.
B's. There's a lot
Lot
of
of
C's,
Ds.
and D's.
A lot of D's.
A lot of C and D.
Come on, C.
I think D's kind of winning this one.
It's like going to a sex club on a Tuesday night. A lot of
It
D's.
really is. Yeah, a lot of D. They sell, right? They sell. Farming. Okay, but farming as in like food farming or
No,
Anything.
animal farming.
of
Anything.
Medicinals, drugs, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, okay, that's not the kind of farming I was thinking of.
It's 11
Okay.
D's.
Well, that's-
that is
you gotta-
that is D.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of
so
D's.
we need to
That
so
is
chat.
confirmed.
So chat.
Space
What-
weed.
Okay. So it's an illicit net farm.
Hold on, we haven't.
Well,
We still have to do that poll. I'm pretty sure I know how it's going to go.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's a poll behind this. All right.
So the
So
last
what's behind D's?
The
Oh, it's
last
gonna be a drug
poll-
runner. You already know.
Yeah, it's
A
I think
drug
the writing's on the
research
wall
ship.
at this point.
That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, legal or illegal?
No ship is so legal or illegal, though. That's not.
Well, so
Yeah, it's all
this
about
is
how
this
you
is a
use it.
controversial one. So really, what the question should be is put a B in chat if you think the some of the tone of the ship. This is more about the tone of the ship. As do we want it to look like it's AKA Drake / illegal, or do we want it to look like it is a legal, legitimate industrial research vessel?
B is
So
for Drake.
B is for looking illegal. A is for looking legitimate.
A.
A's are definitely winning that one.
I'm gonna go for A too. I think it
Yeah.
should definitely
Me
have
too.
a
Yeah,
state of
Definitely
legitimacy.
A took
I
that
like
totally.
that too. Okay.
Because research and development, you could be developing cancer drugs.
Yeah, all kinds of medical medical
Hopefully,
stuff.
it's not. It's long abolished by 900 years, but lawful looking.
I know.
I like that. All right, well there you go. So we're going to be building a human-styled ship, a large to medium. This is sounding more like a large, actually, almost. I would think almost large to capital. at
I
that
know.
point.
I know. Should we run
Um,
that? Should we run the size and the crew complement again?
Yeah. So, well, I
Maybe-
guess you could do it on small scale. No, you could totally do it on small scale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
Should we
So
run it
let's
just
stick
to
with
see
it.
Have
if
to be
people are
huge.
thinking consistently about it?
Well, I
mean-
mean you could.
I could 4x4. I mean, I
Nice. I grow
Floor
weed in the
area.
fort. No. No, I mean that's true because it's like you could do well, I mean if it's research and development, you're always developing the first versions small scale. So, maybe you have such a unique rare thing that you've developed that it's only for 0.08% of the population, right?
Benjamin Buford said that this is the Rocinante.
no, it's
So, I don't know what that is.
That's too small. That's too small. Oh no, actually, the
Yeah.
Rocinante is actually pretty big.
I'd say it's a medium-sized ship. It's medium-sized.
Let me ask, what TV
I think it's
show
like
or
free-
movie
I think
did
it's
that
It's
come
medium.
from?
It is medium.
Freelancer.
Yeah,
the
It's like
experience.
freelancer to Connie-sized.
but the Rocinante is almost like
It's really a
it's kind of
military
Connie
ship, though.
size.
But its role has been repurposed by the crew. Really.
Yeah.
Does a lot of exploration and science and
No, I really like it. I'm super glad you came up with these, Timmy. Thank you for doing that. This
Yeah,
is
no problem.
this has definitely gone a direction I did not expect, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Jim's
I
gonna
think-
have a
good job.
blast.
Great.
Yeah, it's
great
Dr.
Great
Contract's
communities.
gonna have a
All
blast
right.
with this.
Yeah.
Move,
So make sure we
moving
get that.
Moving right along.
Okay, moving along. So, back to the show notes. All right, so that was the weekend. We had Monday. And Monday hit, we had Inside Star Citizen. Okay. This week in Star Citizen. Now, there was an Easter egg in this, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was. Yes. Your
Okay.
your thing is still up on the screen.
As soon as
I'll
you
look it up.
remove the
My thing?
massive,
Let me remove my thing from the screen.
your illegal thing.
Okay. Joran, where is the Easter egg?
The period after the Alpha 3.8. The end of the
Roll over
1, 2,
it.
3, 4, 4, 5.
It's right next
Paragraphs
to
down.
farming herbs. It's right there.
Yep.
That one.
Do,
Nope,
do, do.
nope,
That
nope,
one?
Just touch it.
Just click the period
Just click it.
at the end of the
Oh,
sentence.
click the period.
Click the period.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow, that is an
sneaking
Easter
off
egg.
to Crusader Industries, and then scroll makes Scrollyton. A little further.
LH307 Genesis. That's cool. Next article from Index. You can't really read this. It's behind me. It says Crusader Security, then Craster, then Delwyn. Do I have to click on
Yeah,
something here?
Nothing
No.
that I
It's just the
noticed.
Crusader Industries.
Yeah, so this is a link to the Galactopedia, kind of to the Crusader background on the ship being released tomorrow, and we do have the Easter egg that they showed.
Where did the
today.
Easter egg come up?
That was on Instagram today.
Okay.
The preview for
Yep.
tomorrow's show.
So I will show that.
Huge.
It looks
Here we go.
amazing.
Basically,
Let's make that a little bit smaller.
this is the one.
Let's change our view here a little bit. Anyway, let's just play it.
This week on Inside Star Citizen, we're talking planetary effects. What are they? They're the big ground storms you saw at CitizenCon, and they're coming to every planet and moon in Alpha 3.8. Also, what's the Ares Starfighter? Tune in to find out. Inside Star
That
Citizen.
went by really fast.
Yeah, 15 seconds only.
This
No,
week on
there's
Inside
the-
Star Citizen, we're talking
there's a bunch of
planetary
pictures
effects. What are they? They're the
around.
big ground
The
storms you
peak
saw at
is
CitizenCon,
less-
and they're coming to every
is a
planet
lot.
and moon in Alpha 3.8.
It's maybe
Also,
like-
what's the
right
Ares
there.
Starfighter? Tune in to find
Yeah,
out.
we have- don't we have the
Inside
picture?
Star
That's
Citizen
I've
Thursday.
got a picture. I'm going to paste it into the main channel.
This week
So
on Inside
basically,
Star
it's a
Citizen, we're talking
cockpit with a
planetary
massive
effects. What are
gun
they? They're the
next
big
to it.
ground storms you saw at
Paste the image
CitizenCon,
in
and
the
they're
main
coming to
channel.
every planet.
So it's like a white glaive or a white scythe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a big gun.
So
That is a
scroll
big
up.
gun.
I'm
Wow.
thinking that ship is looking kind of like Vanguard sized.
It depends on how big the ship is. but-
Yeah, the
it's not-
gun's there behind.
It's, very
not
hard-
Vanguard
hard to
size, I can
manipulate
tell you
this.
that.
Yeah. I don't think it's as
It's
big.
like-
It's
I don't think it's as long, but it's wide. I
yeah,
we
it
can't
is-
see if
it
there's
is
a wing
wide.
on
Well,
the one side.
from what I'm guessing.
So it definitely looks asymmetrical because that's a big, big gun.
It's a very big gun.
Is that one barrel or is it three
Looks
It's a repeater, so it's got
very.
or two?
it's a repeater,
Wow.
so it has 3 barrels.
It looks
But
really
it's like a
wide, kind of like the Star Runner.
Massively wide.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks interesting.
It looks very cool. Very excited for this ship.
So the question is, what are you going to CCU to it? What do we think the price is going to be? So size-wise,
225. Yeah, 300.
yeah. How big does it look?
That's like
Yeah, it's
220,
crew
225,
wise,
250.
star wise. It's yeah.
It looks
around
Mercury-sized,
there.
doesn't it? Like 61 meters?
No, it's not even.
No.
No,
No, that-
nowhere near that big.
No, it's actually.
Oh,
pretty
those.
thinking
small.
like-
It looks like those fins are the
30.
back of
Crew,
it.
well, okay. So
Okay.
Yeah,
surface
maybe
area,
30.
it's
35 meters, maybe.
Okay, so like a
Right.
heavy fighter. That looks heavy.
yeah. Yeah.
no.
heavy
There's definitely a cabin-esque area.
Yeah, small cabin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like
Like
Vanguard
315
size
was a
cabin.
was a good mark.
Yeah,
But
Vanguard
that's a
size.
big gun.
Maybe a little
No,
bigger.
it's not big.
15
It looks like a really wide Avenger almost. Like a cross
Yeah.
between the Avenger and the
Kinda.
Mercury Star Runner. But more the Avenger in terms of size. Star Runner in terms of
Hey,
we'll
design
see tomorrow.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I definitely think there's a small cabin in there. Like
Most
like
likely we'll see tomorrow.
300 or Vanguard size cabins.
Hmm. You think it'll have a
None
bed?
for a Mustang.
I think so.
That's actually a size 3 gun. It's a tiny fucking ship.
Yes.
What size?
Most
Does that look
likely.
size 5 or that looks like a
Yeah.
size 5, doesn't it?
Size 5.
Yeah, definitely at least a size 5.
Wow.
Pretty
Huh.
crazy.
Oh, that's
So moving right
exciting.
along.
Moving right
That covers our main topic. So moving on to Q&As.
We are nearly
Oh, I
there.
gotta go.
We are nearly there. Nearly there. Bu- bu- bu-
Oh yeah, we skipped the Mint Vago Chaos was saying, did we Galactic Guide Mint system post? I did read the Mint system post. It was
I read it too.
it's the only system that does not have a sun. Oh, that's right. We almost missed a Star Kit and Carrot.
Woo!
Yeah.
Glad you
It's
went
not
back
a
to
real
that,
thing, people, but
We
that-
need,
if
that
it
we need that to
was,
be
was-
real.
They need that to be a thing.
I would
Definitely
totally
Take
own two.
11.
some people
Although I
hate it,
hate
some
the
people
powder
love it.
blue. Pixel likes the powder blue. I hate the powder.
I like it.
Yeah, the powder blue looks a little like
Should be
Nansen,
gray.
but it's fine.
Gray or
Is it supposed to say curious?
Yeah.
Curious
Very
kitty.
cool. Very cool.
moving right along. Curious kitty. Okay. So why did we get this?
This is the Best in Show
Why
Championship
did everyone get it? Was that one?
statue. Yeah, everybody who backed before December 5th got
Yes.
Nice.
December 5th. What year of 7?
one. 2019.
Oh, okay. Very
This-
nice.
Yeah. Just for it's a best in
This-
show
this
gift
year.
that everybody got.
I'll have
It looks
something
pretty
to
good.
shoot
When you can
at.
get it
Yep.
to spawn.
So there's the thank you
Very cool though.
saying December 5th.
I like
You
the
got
little
it.
knickknacks and stuff that go in the hanger. Fun to-
Should have been the 890 that won, but
It should
Yeah,
have been, but it was
a bunch
we got
of D
outvoted by-
bags.
taken up
we
by a
got
dragonfly.
outvoted by a dragonfly.
This is the Min System Galactic Guide. Did anybody read it?
Yes.
Yes.
You want to talk about it quickly?
Yeah, it's one of the only systems that does not have a sun. It's just a gas
Yeah,
giant
it's
and some mountains.
It's a rogue
Weird.
planet with 4 moons.
Yep, and
How does
it's
it work? How do they stay together?
It's an
It's the dark
outlaw
system.
It's just
Gravity
it's
of
a rogue planet with moons.
rogue
It's just
planet?
out
Yeah.
there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a gas giant, so it's probably like a failed brown star or
Oh, okay.
brown dwarf.
I hate
Okay,
it when
then-
my brown stars fail.
Yeah.
Okay, then Sherry Heiberg gave us an update on the Banu Merchantman.
Oh, that's what I was mentioning before.
Okay, anything else to say on that?
It's gigantic.
Gigantic. But Sherry's little, so gigantic means something different to her.
That could be massive.
Okay, then the
a
subscriber
tricycle.
promotions. So these are the shirts that
Big
we're
Benny
getting.
shirt. That's all I care about.
They're animated, by the way. In game, they move.
Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
That's cool.
So it's the angry Big Benny then.
Yeah.
See, you mentioned food, and then she just showed.
Cool.
Which one?
You love
Maggie again?
food. You love. She loves.
Okay,
noodles,
that was
too.
the Crusader reveal. Okay, that's something else that we don't need to talk about this show. All I wanted to say here is that they came up with this great way for new players to learn how to play the game. They can watch tutorials, they can read about how to play, or they can simply just dive in and play. So it's really neat. It ties in all the tutorials. It's got some great reading. So if you have friends that are new to the game, you can point them in that direction, as well as coming to join us and have a good time.
As well as joining us. That's right.
Okay, so let's go on to some questions. Q&A. Guys, you have time for some Q&A?
If we move through them quickly.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
push through them quickly.
I
There's
got
not
at
that
least a
many.
half bottle left, so I'm good.
No diatribes, Joran.
No diatribes.
Hey, no diatribes. move fairly quickly.
Rapid fire questions. Let's go.
Okay, the first one is Vengeance asks, what are the cubic dimensions of a single SCU crate, and how much is the pumpkin spice that's inside it worth?
Nothing. The pumpkin spice is worth nothing.
It's
especially when
priceless.
it's especially when it's fake.
Yeah.
It is one cubic meter. It is 1 cubic meter.
Of-
That's 1.95 by 1.95 by 1.95 meters is the entire box. The inside is 1
I thought
meter. Or 1.25.
1.25, yeah.
1.25 cubed. Him.
Yeah, because the wall thickness is
Is
0.125.
0.25. No, the wall thickness is 0.25. Yeah, meters. Yeah.
But the value inside of pumpkin spice is 0.
The thickness of each wall is
It's a subjective
0.125.
question.
So of 2 walls is 0.25.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so
2.75 girth units.
then Milk Chocolate asks via Twitch, do we use sound enhancements while playing Star Citizen, such as Razer or comparable?
No.
No, why would you?
The sound,
Nope.
Sounds
sound is good.
amazing.
You don't need to mess with your compression so you hear better. It sounds
Yeah.
fine. And there are no footsteps, so
Yeah.
you don't really need to worry about hearing
Well, there
footsteps.
is Star
over
Marine.
background sounds. There's still
Right.
no footsteps in Star Marine.
Oh, really? That'll
Yeah.
change though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
why I don't get 30 kills and only 27.
They'll have to put footsteps in because
Okay.
that's important. That's huge. Okay,
It's coming.
next one from the website. Erebus Kingsley, who is really loyal and watching the show all the time, man. It's good to see you. Asks quite a big loaded question here. Let me read it. It's got to settle down and grab my hot chocolate. Just from looking at the ISC preview, one could say that the Crusader Industries Starfighter is a heavy fighter, size similar to the Aegis Vanguard, but with better cross-section. It has what looks like a proprietary double-barrel S5 weapon, fixed. Just from this information, how much do we all think the price will be? So we kind of spoke about it a little bit. So Dr. Murray, you think 280 to 300?
No, 200 to 300. I'm thinking like 225 though. If I had to put a hard number on it,
That's what I'm thinking too.
I gotta
225
agree with
to
Be
250.
less than that.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Erebus.
I don't think it's
if,
as big as everyone thinks.
Well, if the Vanguard Warden is 250, it's flight ready.
Yeah,
this
but
one
it's
will be
not
flight ready
that
too when it
big.
comes out.
The-
But it's a newer ship, later design. I'm going 260.
Okay, I'm saying sub 200.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be more than the Vanguard. I think it's smaller than Vanguard. It's less.
Well, the
You
Vanguard
guys
has
are
all the utility for
overestimating the size of your
Vanguard
Yeah,
has the
Vanguard's
utility
cannon.
a lot of other stuff. I think
because
it's
you
going to
can.
come in a little bit less than Vanguard.
Yeah, I have to agree. 225 to 240.
Yeah, I'm in that range.
I'm just gonna drink
Okay,
my drink
next
and act like I didn't see
Mhm.
anything.
How many yacht ships does each yacht club streamer own? Oh my god.
What do you call a yacht
Depends
ship?
on what you call a yacht.
An Aurora LX could be considered a yacht ship.
Good.
I have one of those.
I got a few of those just out of randomness. Pack buying.
Yeah,
Lots-
I don't know.
28
We'd have to think it through. Lots is the answer for me.
Yeah.
Lots of ships. We all own at least one 890. Some of us own 600s and various other ships.
Yeah, I got two and
Yeah,
two.
lots
Yeah.
of ships.
Various 300s.
That could be a yacht.
Yeah.
Could be a small
Is a
mini
Kraken,
yacht.
is a Kraken a yacht? I don't know.
It could
It-
totally be a yacht.
It could
Yeah.
be. We accept any ship as a yacht if that's your yacht, the yacht club.
Yeah, that's right. Is it your yacht or not? Yeah. Okay, Lord Styles asked via the website, if we have jump point rings or structures, do you think they could be used to defend entry points into a system? Yes, they could.
Maybe.
Huge.
It's the only place I ever see a mine.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's
I'm kind of bummed that they changed their mind and it's not a random exit anymore. They're gonna have to do that, I think.
right.
Yeah, I think all
Yeah,
that's
you don't want
very
campable points, but at the same time, if
no.
that's how their physics work, then that's how their physics work.
Well,
So
they're probably only going to have like big jump point stations, let's call them, in UEE space. They probably won't have those
Right.
in low security space or places where the A station has been blown up in the past. So if we're right about those, and if those wander because there's no ring to anchor them there, then it will be more random.
Yeah.
potentially.
We'll see.
Okay.
Next question.
CD Squirrel, great name, asks via the website, do you think traveling through a jump point should take a longer or shorter amount of time compared to traveling across the system at QT?
I think it should be
almost
all based
irrelevant.
on the distance. No, I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, quantum travel is set based on a theory of physics, whereas jumping through a wormhole.
Well, if we look at
We don't really
at
have a whole lot
traditional
of that.
wormhole physics, it could be instantaneous, right?
Right,
Everybody's probably
but we
seen
know
the,
it's
the
not.
2 points in time and space brought together like the folding piece of paper. It could be instantaneous.
But it's
So-
not in this
But-
game. So
But
I
Yeah,
would-
we've seen the
it's
long
kind
testing.
of it's kind of like a folded connecting 2 points together, but there's still a travel area between. So you've got
so
you're gonna
is
have
that based
distance to
on
travel. I don't
it-
think it should be as lengthy as quantum traveling across the system. I think it should be like half
No,
that
it should be
time,
quick.
maybe
Yeah, it should be quick.
like 5 minutes tops.
Well, okay, so we saw the demo. That was
Yeah, and that was
between
like
Pyro and
90 seconds,
Stan.
or-
Yeah, it was about
we saw
120 seconds.
yeah. So you figure the distance that they closed, it's a set number. I would think the physical distance
Yeah.
between this is probably going to be a somewhat of
Yeah.
a take to get away.
Okay, so I'm
But
going
yeah,
to
it
read
would
the
be
next
interesting.
question I'm going to read the next question verbatim. It's Babaj Ganoush Jr. asks via the website, except for Dr. Murray, what you think going to be best feature for Planet V4? Does that introduce the weather and body temp and insulating armor stuff as shown from CitizenCon?
Yes.
We believe so.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we believe so.
the new HUD is definitely in 3.8.
Mhm.
At how
Well,
much of the whole this actor status system they call it.
We
But
know
3
some of the
point-
weather stuff will be.
Yeah,
I don't think we know if that body temp stuff
3.8
and insulating
is
armor
going
will
to be
in.
stretched amongst
Yeah.
like
Well, they
3 or 4
they-
months. So
they said that the Microtech digital goodies pack armor for the exploration was going to be in 3.8. So I guess they're intending that, but I guess one of the big questions is, are all the other armors already factored for their cold performance?
Yeah, but just
So
because we get the armor doesn't mean that the mechanics in play.
yeah, they
So-
said they're definitely changing the HUD, but
I want to
yeah,
be
and
able to freeze to death.
And then, of course, the reason
How
why
much-
the person said except for Dr. Murray was because Dr. Murray is Evocati and he cannot comment on his experience. Dr. Murray, but of course, you could comment if you wanted to conject from something you've had no exposure to, I think.
yeah.
and what does everybody think
And there you go.
the best feature of Planet Tech 4? I think just having really freaking beautiful
Weather,
planets.
storms, all of that. I mean,
You know, like I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
just the graphical quality, that not having things popping in and out, better texturing from space to surface. I think it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it's still like LODs. Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying too. Agreed. Well, JSSCOS is that's not 3.8 though.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's in 308. Next
Version
question.
one.
Yeah, very last,
Last
question, and we should be getting ready to set up the raid there. So the last one is, are we going to be picking up an Ares?
Probably.
I don't
I'll buy
know.
2, but they'll probably be for tokens.
Or they may be for giveaways. I may do some buying and melting. We'll see. But I don't know 100%. I want to see it first.
Falcon
Yeah.
wants to know if we expect 3.8 PTU tomorrow. Definitely not tomorrow. I think we've got a 50, maybe chance.
I haven't played the latest patch, so I couldn't.
Yeah,
couldn't speculate.
I've generally heard that it's still pretty crashy. They're
Yeah.
stress testing the system. So Friday
Rough.
is a maybe. I'd say more likely would be next week.
I was thinking Friday at the earliest.
And that's all of our questions for the evening.
That's
Great
it.
show.
So the last thing is what's happening later in the week. Well, do we have an Inside Star Citizen? Yes, we do. We will have a Star Citizen live as well. Also on Fridays, there's a roadmap update, a Sub-Vault update, and the weekly newsletter. And then we have some really cool guests coming up on upcoming shows. So between now and the end of February, we've got a litany of guests. We've got Dr. Contrast with this special show next week. We have Heartflow
Please tune
coming
in for
back.
that. It's for actually for a charity that we haven't picked yet, but I feel like this is gonna be one of the cool shows, and we were probably gonna do more after that. Sorry, Sim.
No problem.
Or no.
Yeah, and we will pick a charity. I know it's a little bit late, but we'll get one, and we'll be ready for Wednesday. Heartswell is coming back on January 1st. We've got Haskaha, who was in chat. I don't know if he's still in chat. He's the amazing artist.
That's gonna be awesome.
He will be on January 8th. We've got Buster the
that's
Destroyer on January 15th. We've got Corsair representing the Daymar Rally just in time for the Daymar Rally. So he's coming January 22nd. The Daymar Rally is on the 25th. We then have Dad Lando coming back on the 29th of January. Entering into February, we've got The Few, which is going to be awesome. He's such a crazy character. It's great chatting with him. He makes a show. He just pluses the show.
Or the
so many
Tonight Show,
times.
by the way.
Right, having all these guests. We have Chris Harrow on February 19th. He's the guy that did all the fonts for the Xi'an and Banu languages, and he's actually going to.
He was at CitizenCon. That was cool.
It's really cool. I got to sit with him at the
Yeah.
airport, and like normally I don't
really?
like things like audio panels and language panels and stuff, but you know what? He he kind of did a little bit where he spoke the language, and it's a really beautiful language, and the font is amazing. So it's really cool to kind of see how that came together. So he'll tell us a little bit about the process. Otherwise, it's going to be a regular show. And then Miss Hearts, who's making a comeback in streaming, is going to be on with us on the 26th of February. And there's a
that's
few
awesome.
gaps in
That
there,
would
so
be
we'll be
cool.
filling that one out. So it's going to be really cool.
She's
This
hilarious
weekend,
one to watch.
very cool. This weekend, we have on Saturday the Orlando and San Antonio, Texas. So Orlando, Florida, and San Antonio, Texas Bar Citizens. So if you're in the area, go ahead and check those out. That'll be a great time. And then hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be posting this to YouTube shortly after the show to make sure that if you missed it, you can catch it on YouTube or on Twitch. If you are watching and you enjoyed what you see, follow us so you don't miss out on all the cool shows that are upcoming, especially next week. That's going to be amazing. We're going to be putting on an event now. So if you're putting on an event, let us know. We want to be able to talk about it, as well as if you have a 3D printed model or something that's really fantastic that we should be showing. Let us know. We'll put it up so people can see it and get you some exposure. Also, consider boosting us. We're at 26 of 30 nitro boosts, and if we can get to 30,
got a few more
it ups
than
our
that.
audio level just a little bit more, gives us a vanity
still
URL. It also makes it so that there's a 100 megabyte upload limit for people sharing in
Uploads,
Discord.
yeah.
So that whole your files are too powerful thing, that will never happen again unless you have massive files. No Giger files. Giger Gagger files. Okay, and then again, if you have
Gigabyte
questions,
files.
give us questions between the week, and we'll get done. Now, guys, I just realized, and I know two of our show hosts have got to go, but normally what we do is we give away a ship whenever we have.
Yeah,
we didn't give away a ship.
we didn't
so
hit anything.
we're-
But we'll
we're
carry
gonna
that
roll
give it
this
away
over.
really
next
quick
week.
because
We-
the money
we
came
can
in
roll this
now,
in
and our
next week.
policy is to give it away during the show.
Yeah, we should
Alright,
do
So
that.
so we got to
let's-
do it.
What
If you guys have
what
to
do we
drop,
have?
go for it.
have-
But we got to
We
give
don't
away
have
a ship.
enough money.
We have
What do we have?
$234.98.
Well,
That is enough money.
Not really. We have to pay for last week's ship still.
Well, we're going to make up for that.
Let's see what we have right now.
We should have like 234.98. Well, minus 3%. So
Nailed it. 234.98. That is what we have.
okay.
Okay,
Let's give away a
so
Pisces. At least.
We
We
definitely
probably
give away
got a
something.
million between the four of us.
I gotta go. Like now.
About 8.
All right, Doc.
Oh.
If you need
I
to drop, go
can
for
I
it.
talk? Yeah, I really gotta go do like
If you need to go. We'll give it away.
Yeah, go.
what's on
Just leave
the
the camera on.
what's on our lists here.
What do we got?
Thanks for the boost, Vengeance. You just boosted
Bye,
Sean.
everybody.
Oh, thanks, Vengeance. Thanks for the boost, man.
Bye, Doc.
Later, Doc. Okay,
And everything's messed up.
we have a Vulcan, we have a Hoplite, we have an Eclipse. Oh no, Eclipse is too much. Vulcan, Hoplite, we've got a Terrapin, we've got a Defender.
What do we want, people? What do we
So
want to give
why
away?
don't
Yes, Jordan definitely has this personality right now.
I will take
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't give away
Yeah,
any
it's not
reviews
gonna
because it's not out yet.
Yeah, we don't have much comments. How about
Let's do the Vulcan because I mean they're cool ships.
should we do a vote for it?
well, we need a.
Can
What
do
are
it
we
fast?
voting against?
Yeah, we can do it fast. We can do it fast. We got this, guys. Ladies and gentlemen.
Folks like the Vulcans.
Vulcans? Really? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Or yes.
Yeah, unfortunately,
bunch of them.
we need to locate some more Mercuries. We need to get those are popular in that price range too, but
Well, it's 225.
we don't have them immediately available.
Merc. I likes the Merc.
Okay, these are the options. People, you've been through it. A starts at the top, D is down at the bottom.
Oh, hoplite. Hoplite.
So go ahead and
Sweet.
throw in chat A, B, C, or D. Hoplite is A, Vulcan is B, Terrapin is C, Defender is D.
B B B.
C
Some
C
Cs.
C A B C A
It's between B
It's
and
so hard
C.
to
I
do
think
this.
I think B is winning.
D.
B's are winning. It's Strato.
Um,
D A B C D.
God, that's a good mix there.
Oh, there were some B's, right? Lots of B's at the beginning there.
All right, who's giving it away? If we give it away, I don't have it.
It's
I need
it's
that
it's
giveaway.
one of our fellow community members that has.
Oh
its-
yeah,
Yep.
him.
That
Okay,
has
cool.
all these ships I listed.
Let's
So it'll be me.
go
It'll be me giving it away.
with. It looks like a
Yep.
B.
It
I'm
looks like
guessing
mostly
B.
Bs.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
B.
Looks
Yep.
like B.
Vulcan's
Okay,
good.
so that's a
Vulcan.
Vulcan.
Everybody-
LTI. Here's the
Exclamation
Alright.
point, should be
Okay,
in
so
chat.
in order to get
Giveaway.
into the giveaway, you have to put in bang. That's the exclamation point. Ship me into chat.
Oh, we got it. We got a vote up. Up at the top. Click that real quick. If you want to vote, get your votes in.
Oh, that's cool.
Well done.
I want to push the button.
You're so good.
Nice.
I
Thanks, T,
want
for
to
doing
push
that.
the button. Oh wait, I can't push the
You
button.
have to click the
Vulcan's-
drop down.
Vulcan's totally won. It's so far ahead.
Yeah, it's a Vulcan.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
definitely
Vulcan.
Vulcan. All right, let's run it.
Okay, T, I like that. We got to use that more in the future.
Yeah,
Thanks, T.
that is
You
awesome.
rock. Best ever.
Love that.
Okay, so T, can you roll the giveaway? Sorry, guys, this is a really quick one, but we always.
But
give
hey,
away
we're
a
giving
ship.
away
We
free
had
shit,
to do it.
so you're okay.
It's a Vulcan. It's worth like $200.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Forsaken. Is Forsaken in the chat?
918. Are you in the chat?
you
You have
have
30
Forsaken,
seconds to
yeah.
respond.
Forsaken.
Forsaken. Are you
There's
Forsaken?
Forsaken.
There he is. Wow. There we go,
Oh,
buddy. Nicely
yeah,
done.
Sorry, buddy. Always.
Congratulations.
All right.
So you are the
Thanks
brand
for
new
the
owner
Make sure you
follow.
get,
Yeah,
get
so
in the
that was a good-
Discord.
Of a Vulcan.
It was a good timely
yeah.
follow. Hop in the Discord and get in touch with Jordan.
No, Stim Citizen, get in touch with me.
Oh, Stim.
Stim Citizen.
Stim Citizen. Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody. I gotta go. Good night.
Good night,
Good
Jordan.
night.
Night,
Great show.
Joe.
Love you all. Goodbye. Mwah.
So, yes. So
Don't forget to tune in to
Nice.
see Jordan's show tomorrow. What time is it,
Yes. 8 o'clock Eastern time. At 8 o'clock tomorrow night Eastern time. I'm gonna be streaming stuff, and we're gonna have a good time. My first stream. Good night,
Jordan?
everybody.
Yay. Good night, Jordan.
Night, Joe.
Okay, let's get that raid going before this show breaks completely.
Oh yeah, it's going to hell and back. Look how tiny I am.
I know. I could try and fix you.
No, oh man, it was having fun.
Maybe I can fix you in time.
Thank you guys. Everyone who shows up, you guys, you can. Seriously, this show is only because of you guys. I mean, we've grown like so fast, and I love it. We can just get on, talk about spaceships, be cats, do whatever, and it's awesome. We have so much fun with you guys. Can't wait to actually kind of grow this into the thing. We got some Yacht Club Challenge coins now. We've got some shirts being made up. We're gonna get a nice store going. Again, it all basically is just covering the cost and goes back to you guys. So, man, yeah.
Yeah, we keep none of it. It's all
Yeah,
about
so-
hanging out, having a good time.
So Strato,
I love
so
that
Strato,
shirt.
there's my shirt. Yeah, dude, it's just space kittens everywhere, and it's
Thanks for the follow, Crime Fighter.
yeah,
Glad-
buddy.
Glad you're enjoying the show,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, we have so much fun with you guys, and our Discord is like just a daily banter of hilarity.
So, guys, we're
There's
we're
not
gonna
a
be
lot of
rating-
salt. Oh.
Oh, yeah, we're positive.
Go
It's
ahead,
one of the
go
great
ahead,
things
go
about
ahead,
us. We're
go
always
ahead.
positive. So we're going to be rating Jude Lux, sending in everybody here. So 74 of us are going to head in. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please, when you get there, give Jude some love. Tell him where you came from. Make some noise. If you like what he does, follow him, and have a great time.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for showing up.
Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, guys.
Salut.